everything, content of everything.
That's it, man.
I study and I learn.
Okay, can I
So,
introduce
but wait,
this?
one second. I need to clarify something though, yeah? Because I just want to know, because a lot of claims have been made about things that I said, innit, right? And
no claims were made.
No, they weren't made.
Can I correct it?
Go on.
When the Sheikh came last week,
yes,
what he was saying was not based on what he said the following week. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? He was just giving us like his historical information from his perspective. Your name wasn't mentioned at all.
First of all, your name wasn't mentioned. I heard my name mentioned many times last week. That's the first.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Yeah, you were there.
I never heard it. I never heard it.
Right. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I was also in the comments, yeah, on some of the videos, and many accusations were being made about things that I said that.
Yeah, but I'm not responsible for what people say.
I didn't say. Yeah. I'm not talking about necessarily who's. First of all, you have misrepresented man many times. Yeah?
I have what?
Well, yeah, misrepresented man many times. Yeah, for example.
So have you, bro.
For example, I have made no comments about what you said, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll go and forget about that. Cool. Do you want to have the discussion? Yeah?
Go on then.
Fine. You make your point, innit? You make your point, and then I'll just say.
What do you mean? I make my point. You came to me today, innit? So say what you got to say, innit?
No, I just.
So you came to me today, innit? I was here having a conversation with the man there, and you came over to man, and so you got something to say. So say it.
Did you want to ask a question to him? No.
Yeah, he wanted to make a.
Got it.
The question I want to ask is, like I said, my Pan-Africanism is Kuli Shefi Afrique, and you know this, I know this, innit? And that means in English, all of Africa as a continent. I'm a continentalist.
Yes.
And we see the troubles that are going on in Africa. You two have been having this stance. You lot have been having this stance for the last couple of weeks. And
no, we haven't. We had it 1 week. I wasn't here last week.
You wasn't here last week. So, Jonas, what I wanted to establish is, you keep saying to my brother, you're not African, you're Caribbean.
No.
You said it earlier today. You said it twice in the video. You said it
once.
You said it once.
I'm saying.
No. Sorry. So, Jonas, how I feel is that he is as African as us three.
Okay, cool. Can I?
And I just wanted to explain that point.
Okay, can I explain it? Yeah.
Why you don't consider him as South African?
Listen, I know for a fact here that historically, this is me saying this here. I know for a fact that Africans in West Africa were forcibly taken from that region and taken across the Atlantic Ocean, yeah, as slaves. Yeah, I've never ever denied this. Yeah, I know this for a fact. Yeah, whether obviously he claims that he's a descendant from among those people, yeah, and that's fine, innit? With all due respect, that's fine, innit? I ain't got no issue with that, innit? At the end of the day, yeah, I come from a religion, yeah, where a lot of people disagree, yeah, but I come from a religion that tells us that slavery is wrong.
I'm gonna say
the Quran says, a free man cannot be a slave. The free man cannot be a slave, yeah? And I advocate against this, yeah? 100%. To anyone. Okay. Whether it's black people, whether it's white people, whether any ethnicity, any race, it is wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Point blank, yeah? So I ain't got no issue with it, yeah? The issue I had is, that week when he was here, was the way he was undermining when I was saying that I feel like I'm an African.
You are. To my eyes.
To him, I'm not.
Two different type of people.
You're two different type of people, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
At the end of the day, he's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah,
that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm entitled to my opinion as well.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, when I said that, yeah, obviously, I know I'm not saying, obviously, like, he's. Have you got Jamaican nationality?
No.
You haven't got Jamaican nationality?
No.
Were you born in Jamaica?
No.
Are your parents Jamaican? Yeah?
One of my parents is from.
One of your parents are Jamaican. Do you have any like African parents?
Yes, both my parents are African.
No, as in like. National-wise, that's what I'm talking about. National-wise.
Both my parents are African.
Look, I know you're gonna make that call. I know. That's fine. I know you're gonna say that.
But
I'm talking like linguistic.
Define nationality.
Nationality, whether they have a passport, whether they have any like form of papers that recognizes them. Me.
Yes.
Yeah, but I have an Algerian passport.
You have an Algerian passport?
Yeah.
But you was born here, yeah?
I was born here, but I have an Algerian passport.
But you're known as an Algerian, right?
No, I'm still Algerian because I have Algerian nationality.
Because you have an Algerian. So when you was born here, was you born here with an Algerian passport?
No, I had to go and...
You had to go and get it, yeah? So when you was born, you had an English passport, a British passport, yes?
No, but before they gave me that...
Before you got an Algerian passport...
I had a British, yeah.
Before you got a British passport, did you consider yourself an Algerian?
Yeah, because I have Algerian parents.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have Algerian
parents. Do you have African parents?
Yes. Yeah, I have Algerian parents. Yeah, and
Where else African parents going to be from?
National-wise, I'm not talking about like...
But what I don't get is, you said it to Raven, you said it to him.
I never said this.
You know. Can I say Khalid? Because like I said before, yeah, I generally don't get offended by things that white people say, right? But I'm saying I'm more offended, yeah, because he came here and today, right? He said it with his chest, yeah. That he said it with his chest. He said this guy's not even African, he's Jamaican, yeah. Dismissively, he said it.
You did.
I'm more offended by this demeanor right now than I am with the fact that he said it what he said earlier, you know.
Yeah, but so did you.
No, because it's job business. What we're seeing right now is performance, yeah. I'm more offended by this, yeah, than I'm actually insulted. I wanted the guy to come and say the same way how he said it, yeah, before. To say it with his chest. I wanted
he told us as well.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to do the same thing when he came earlier with the same confidence. And I said, this guy's not even, when we were talking, you know, and he wants to interrupt the conversation,
exactly.
right? I wanted him to say the same thing with his chest and say it with confidence and flamboyance and charisma
he just said
and style. Right, yeah, that's what, but now you're coming with this. I'm disappointed, Maggie. Like, I really, really am. Like,
You know, the reason why I didn't want to talk to you in front of camera is
I'm not interested in what you want to do.
Listen.
You get me?
Let me make a point. The reason why I didn't want to talk to you in front of camera is because the way you make it out for me, you make it look like I'm against black people. But I'm not against black people. No one said that. No one said that. But the way
you do that yourself, Maggie. I never make you look like anything.
The way you make it out,
and I'm quite comfortable in what it is I'm saying. So wait.
The way you make it out look like look like I'm against the black community. But I'm not against the black community. I do have black friends, by the way.
You know the difference. You know the difference. You know the difference between, but you know the difference between me and you, though, yeah. You know the difference between me and you, though,
I work with black people.
You know the difference between me and you, though, yeah.
You
know the difference between me and you, though, yeah. You know the difference between me and you, though, yeah.
So I'm not ignorant.
What's your point?
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm not ignorant.
You know the difference between me and you. You see, I've never actually made that statement. All right, about you as an individual.
You said I'm a child of invaders.
Yeah, I did. I basically said that. Yeah, that's cool.
Just like how I offended you.
And you're entitled to your offense.
If you say that to Algerians,
and you're entitled to your offense.
I'm sure they wouldn't be happy with that.
And you're entitled to your offense. And you're entitled to your offense.
Well, he's got some reason.
One second. You're entitled to your offense. Yeah? But the difference is, yeah, since 2 weeks ago, right, there have been people coming at me in comments, people came at me today, yeah, about me saying things against Berbers, yeah, and I have not said one word.
Okay, did I go up to them people please, and tell you?
I didn't say anything about you, you know. But you're talking about how I make you look on camera, right? So the fact of the matter is, that's how you perceive it. That's fine. And I'm saying, if you're talking about how people make people look, yeah, I'm having a conversation with you. Since 2 weeks ago, I have been made to look like somebody who's anti-Berber.
That's not right. That's not right.
So the point I'm trying to make is, you are not in any special position at the moment. Yeah, but if you're saying that you've been misrepresented, I have been misrepresented. Yeah, so being misrepresented is not no reason to have a conversation.
So now we've got a chance.
You're trying to say it basically happens.
Now we've got a chance,
right?
To
now.
You know,
right?
So
I want to know, yeah, from anybody, yeah, who heard the conversation from a few weeks ago, tell me one thing, yeah, one solitary individual sentence that I said against Berbers in North Africa.
You said they were invaders.
Yeah,
when?
He's a Berber and you said he's a child of invader.
So I said he's an invader.
Yeah. I'm a
right. Did I say that Berbers, yeah,
but he's a Berber.
are invaders? So what's your point? What's your point?
He's an invader and he's
what's
a
your
Berber,
point? Yeah.
Now,
We are invaders, right? North Africa.
You Algerian?
Yes.
Okay.
Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get this from?
This is one Algerian
knowledge, because the true Berbers are really
Finish
dark.
matter.
No, the true Berbers are really black.
Stop, man.
Repeat what you just said.
What?
No. Let the gentleman speak. Pull up, rewind, and come again. What did you just say?
Where are you from?
What did you just say?
Algeria.
What did you just say? What was the just go back one sentence and say that again.
But the Berbers are black.
The original Berbers, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The
white people. That is the statement I made.
I believe because the Romans, when they came to North Africa, they called us Mauritania, Moro, dark
and more
skin.
means?
Very dark skin.
Right.
We were black, but not. Even black people are different.
Yeah,
in terms of shit.
we accept that.
Yeah.
We accept
but
that.
they're black.
Okay, so
where's
Uncle? Where's all the evidence for this? Where is all the
Okay,
evidence
let's
for this?
drop it.
Read about David.
You can make claims. You can make claims, but where's the evidence?
So 1.5 million of white slaves in North Africa.
Yeah, we spoke about this last week.
Yeah.
We spoke about this.
Lots of Algerians. They have Irish blood. From the Spain, the Muslims.
So the West Africans. The West Africans.
No, we were making.
No, not Irish blood.
No, how can you explain?
Oh, no.
We have an Algerian woman like you, an Algerian woman like her.
Listen, no, man.
Do they see the country? No.
Hold on, wait.
Mix,
Yeah,
the North bit.
I know, but that's...
Most of us are from Jewish, European Jewish, from Middle East, from Spain, from most Algerians, their DNA, the North bit. The South are really indigenous people of Africa.
Okay, so where is the evidence?
Sir, I appreciate your honesty.
Where's the evidence for this? Where's the evidence for this?
I'm not saying...
Where's the evidence?
Because the reason why, they don't understand, Algeria is a big country. Of course. The North is only 20% of the greenery in the North. Most of it is a desert. Yes. And most of the, the Algerian women used to be black. And the rape also, the French soldiers, they did a lot of rape in Algeria. A lot of Algerians, they've got
What are you talking about?
It's reality. We have to taboo. Not all of them, but some of them. The Ottoman.
Where's the evidence of what you're saying?
No, the Ottoman.
Black people did not rape their hand.
All right.
I'm not going to talk.
Algerians are like you.
No, hold on.
You said, hold on, sorry.
Hold on.
Like you.
Can I ask a question?
Algerians like you.
Can I ask a question?
True Algerians.
Can I ask a question?
No,
There is a tribe here. Hold on. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
It's your reality.
Can I ask a question?
Your idea or your DNA.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Without him butting in.
Now he's butting in, you know. A minute ago.
Because we want to have a proper discussion.
What, from what?
You had a DNA test.
He's on topic. I can't stop him. He's on topic.
He's hijacked the convo.
Fam, I do agree with him. I do agree with him. But he's on topic. I can't deny the fact that he's on topic. We're discussing indigenous
It's reality.
nations
We have
in North
black
Africa.
Algerians. We are the indigenous people
Exactly.
of
And you
Africa.
all are challenging me.
You can't deny it. You can't deny it.
One second, sir.
We don't like
One
black
second, sir.
people.
One
We
second.
don't like black people.
Say that again?
We don't like black people. When it comes to marriage, you will not marry a black woman.
I don't mind.
As an Algerian.
I'm not a woman.
As an Algerian. And they cover it with Islam.
The guy finished the conversation. I'm sorry. It's done. Finish matter.
It's reality. I tell you something. Not all of them. No. Not Islam.
Listen,
No, not Islam. The Muslims. I am from the north.
Bro, you know in his
I
band
tell
I
you.
can't marry black people.
I am
You know
from the
that.
north.
Right.
I'm neither
You know
white.
that.
Okay.
That's them. That's not in Islam.
I hear you. Among Muslims then. Among Muslims.
Let me
You
finish.
know what happened?
It's not from Islam, the Muslims.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm whatever Mediterranean, olive skin, you call it, you name it. I experienced, when I was very young, I experienced, I tell you, and it's all in Algeria, mostly. I brought Algerian from the south, black, more darker than you, really darker than you, to my house, to my place. My mum, my brother said to me, kick them out. They have AIDS. And they are dirty and things like that. And they are Algerians. They are Algerians.
You can't just generalize with one experience.
I'm not saying generalize it.
My dad's best friend is married to a Jamaican
Your
woman.
dad's best friend, not you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, not all Algerians. But
you can't just generalize with everyone.
not all of them. But let's face it. It's real. Well, why? You have to say the truth. We have to say the truth. Right? No, we have to say. Even in Morocco, the same thing.
Right? No, listen. All right.
The white Algerians are originally from somewhere.
Okay, where's
somewhere.
the evidence for this? Where's the evidence for this? Where from where?
The Muslims went to Spain. The
That
Berbers.
was way after. That was way after the Greeks and the Romans.
The Muslims were the soldiers. It's evident.
You know what's funny though? Can I say something? You know what's funny, yeah? We're able to document this. One second.
It's the reality. If I admit reality.
One second. Wait. See that? See what's going on. They're calling him a traitor. Right? He's a traitor to the Algerian people. Hold on. Can I say something?
I'm not saying
He
racist.
said all Algerians.
I'm not saying all Algerians.
He generalized. He said
No.
When it comes to marriage,
Follow me now, yeah? Follow the thing, right? Follow the thing.
Discipline.
Right? The man has... You're from Algeria, yes?
Yes.
And he's talking about the condition of black people in Algeria and how they're related to by the white people them in Algeria. That's what you're talking about.
No,
yeah?
I'll tell you
right?
something.
One second, right? One second. One second. Right? You're more and your concern and his concern. I'm gonna come back to exactly what you just said. I'm gonna come back to exactly what you just said. I'm gonna come back to exactly what you just said. So let's take a pin. Let me finish.
We were gonna have a good discussion. He hijacked the convo.
Excuse me. To be fair. One second. To be fair. To be fair.
I'm sorry to hijack
the conversation. No, don't say sorry. Because when you came 2 weeks ago, you hijacked the conversation. Me and my brother were talking, and you came and hijacked the conversation. So, you get me? Do it to others.
He did the same thing 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So let's leave it at that.
We were talking.
Now the difference is
we hijacked the whole conversation.
Khalid.
He did it today as well by himself.
No, Khalid, but the difference is.
Not him.
The difference is when he came in the conversation, his contribution was actually about what we were talking about. Yeah. We were talking about discrimination in Algeria and who the original.
He spoke about an opinion that he.
Hold on. Khalid, no, wait. We were talking. Hold on. We were talking about who the original people of North Africa were.
Okay.
Yes? And he came in to speak about that.
Algeria recently was a black Algerian. Miss Algeria was a black. She was a prettiest Algerian. And the women of the north, they were insulting her. How come an Algerian?
We don't agree with that.
Yeah, you see.
But
They call him
deny that it happened. How can you?
When did I deny it happens? When did I deny it happens? When did I deny it happens? Where did I say that there's no racism anywhere in the world?
There are. We agree with
We
that.
talked about discrimination in Algeria earlier, and the guy and your friend blatantly said there is no discrimination for black people in Algeria.
You said I said it. You
Did
said
you
I
say
said
it?
it.
Did you say it? There's no. Did you say there is no discrimination in Algeria? Did you say it? Did you say it? Hold on.
Discipline.
Yeah. Did you say it? Did you say it?
There's no discipline.
I tell you, my wife.
Hold on. Hold on. Now he was holding the word severe, you know. The man said, you know, there is no discrimination. He didn't say there's no severe discrimination. He said there is no discrimination.
No.
Discrimination. He said there is none.
Algerians of the south. Algerians are south like you. They look. You could be Algerian. You could be Algerian.
And these are the original, yeah? These are the original.
No, original. She's original.
Where did I say that?
She's original.
All right, okay. Yeah, the original. Greetings, auntie. Greetings. Right, now, I
am not original.
One second, sir. One second.
I'm fake.
One second. Right. Sir, you had a contribution that you wanted to make. 1 second. I want to give him a chance to speak. 1 second. I want to give him a chance to speak. I want to give him a chance to speak. So come, bro.
No, I'm not saying.
1 second, please.
There's no
I'd like for him to speak. I would like for him to bring
When it
everything that
comes
he's
to
got.
marriage,
I want him to bring everything. Take everything off the chest. Yeah?
sorry,
Sir, I want him to speak. So come forward. Speak. Go on,
Basically, I never said that black Algerians are not indigenous. I never said that. This has never come out of
Nobody
my
has
mouth.
accused you of that.
You can't say that.
I said to you.
Straw man. Nobody has said that you said that. So
I
let's move
said
on.
my point is that there's no proof that Berbers that look like me have come from anywhere else in the planet apart from North Africa. That's what I said.
Yeah.
What do you mean a liar, man?
Okay.
What do you mean a liar?
What's it?
Now explain that to you.
What's it, Bucky? What's it?
What do you mean? You're
European.
What do you mean European? And do you know better than me? Do you know better than me?
No, to be fair.
Do you know better than me? Do you know better than me? Do you know better than me?
You're right.
Yeah, thank you.
That's not true.
Thank you.
No, he's right and you are right.
You heard him. He said, I am right. Thank you.
You're right.
Yeah? Don't ever tell my brother he's not an African.
No, the Berbers, you're right. The Berbers were black.
No, what's your evidence?
We are not. We are not.
Uncle, what's your evidence?
I can pull up a picture of Berbers now.
History.
From what year? From what year?
We can pull up now.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to see
The true Berbers have the Sahara. They're black.
We're going to see Muslim brother, what's your number?
Berbers, and we're going to see like.
One second.
Yeah, look
One second. I want to, because you said you brought evidence from man today, innit? So I want to hear it, yeah? I want you to get everything off your chest. I want to hear everything you got to say.
I've already bunked
I know that, bro, but I want to hear what he's got to say.
What's the point? You said I've been debunked.
We're having a conversation.
Now, what's the point?
So I can say what I want to say. We're having a conversation. So bring your things. Bring your things, innit?
No, but it's yours.
Even
Bring
the
it in.
Algerians
No,
were
because
white.
the original like you have to understand. You have to understand. The Roman invasion, the Vandals invasion, what's it called? The invasions of all these people, yeah, is not evidence. You know, this is not evidence. The French is not evidence, right? So
You don't communicate with them at all.
And they live with you? How many years in the country?
No, you're
Their
up
hair
in
has
the
never
north.
gone to look like this.
That's
The
right.
regions don't look like this. Yes, these are the original African.
Okay, I have the arguments against that. I have the arguments against that.
So I'm saying, bring it in. No, but he said he's got prints to bring.
Yeah, can I talk?
Go. Let our Algerian North African friends speak. Go.
No, I just wanted to say that the region.
You just called my dad racist.
Oh my God.
This is the section. If you got conversation to bring, then bring it. He's made his point. Now you can make your point. Yeah, so make your points. Go on.
All I wanted was evidence for the
Let make your point. That's what I'm trying to say. It's deflection now. Hello, let your Algerian sister speak.
Go on.
Okay. I'm not denying there's black Algerians. There are mixed Algerians. However, in the northern part of Algeria, it is the Mediterranean Sea. They are more likely to be lighter skinned people.
No.
Before there was this body they found.
Yes.
It was 25,000 years old in Algeria.
Yes.
And they reconstructed his face and his body because of the skull, right? And he appeared white skinned, Mediterranean.
25,000 years, yeah?
25,000. Okay, that was before the Romans. That was before the invasions.
Just not before. Not before a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Show me the
But also, I'd like to say, a lot of North Africans have African DNA. For example, I have a little African DNA. You can't see it. But obviously you can't see it. But that is also true.
A lot of people on the other side of the Mediterranean have that as well.
I know, but a lot of the time it's due to slavery. And they took slaves from sub-Saharan Africa during the
Yeah, we know this.
But the thing I just want to ask, because there's different.
The claim is though, right, that I said that the original people of North Africa are black people.
Okay,
yes, and this is supposedly an offensive statement to some people. Yeah? Right? You know what I'm saying? Right.
No, it's not. I just want to know evidence.
Can I make it clear?
For example, you're not asking for evidence here. I watched the video last week and I heard Raven mentioning the issue of the black mummy, yeah? What is called the black mummy, right? What's it called?
We watched it. We watched it. Me and him watched it.
There is no...
We watched it.
No, it's not just about...
Some sad documentary.
It's not just about watching it.
By some white guy.
Yeah, Italian.
What's your point?
Raven told us the guy was a Berber scientist. He was Italian. And he was in the Sahara as well. It was in the Sahara as well.
Okay, so what you saying?
We're not from the Sahara, we're from the Atlas Mountains. In the winter, it snows in the Atlas Mountains. Do you think people...
What's the point?
Do you think people of your skin colour are adapted to live in that region? That's all I'm saying. In the Atlas Mountains.
I'm sorry, I'm waiting to hear an argument against the black mummy.
It was in Libya, first of all. We're not from Libya, we're from Algeria.
We're discussing North Africa.
Okay, we're discussing North Africa.
Not just Algeria.
Okay, it was near Niger.
It was in Libya.
Niger, it was in the border of Niger. Niger is a black country, bro.
Sorry, hold on.
Do you know where Niger is? You don't know where Niger is? Niger is a black country.
Maybe.
Of course they're going to be, the mummy's going to be black.
I'm not the one interrupting you, just so you know. Your Algerian brothers are not allowing you to speak. Yeah, but maybe I'm deficient in English here, right? Maybe I'm deficient in English. But what I said was the original people of North Africa are black. That's what I said.
Okay, look. Let me explain something. 1 second. Let me explain something. When we spoke to Raven,
yeah, I know, but that's how race comes about.
Raven told us that this took place in North Africa. Now, one thing you need to realise, Sahara wasn't part of North Africa before French imperialism. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Who's this?
Look, I'm not going to talk.
No, I want to hear his limits. 1 second.
Let me Mahmoud was that him in the empire? Yeah, he looks...
The first Berber king.
First
Berber king.
He doesn't look black.
He's not black.
He doesn't look like her.
King, right?
Roman!
Yeah.
A Roman! Silver Septimus.
No.
You're done.
No, because Numidia, hold on, can I talk? Numidia was also under the Romans later on.
I should have put that.
No. Hold on.
Let her speak.
I was speaking under
Numidia, this was under Massinissa.
Fam, she's been trying to speak for about 10 minutes. It's up to you, look. I'll let you negotiate, yeah? But
Massinissa,
go on.
was a Roman.
Okay, Massinissa was the leader of Numidia. Numidia was early on, it lasted 200 years. But even during that, there was invasions from the Romans and whatnot.
Okay.
Yes, so a lot of this
The
art...
Numidians were not Romans, but they were Romans among the Numidians.
Yes. So the Numidian art, it's not really Numidian art, it's actually Roman art. A lot of the things, the hybrid nodes and everything, it's like Greek stuff. Yeah, I know, but we're talking about Numidian. Hold on.
Two different
Also, I'd like to
yeah, you don't
mention...
want me to interrupt because it affects your agenda.
Oh, hold on, can I... We don't know the whole
Ignore the arrogance.
No, bro.
Let the woman speak.
These people, they don't want to have an honest discussion.
Can I say...
These people, they don't want to have an honest discussion.
Let her speak, innit? I'm trying
They
to
don't want to
let
have
you
an
speak.
honest discussion.
Let her speak.
Wallahi, they don't want to have an honest discussion.
There was the Ice Age. There was the Ice
Algerian
Age.
turn against Algerian.
There was an Ice Age.
Let her speak.
No. There was the Ice Age in northern Africa, which made the region colder and cooler. This is above the Sahara.
It doesn't mean black.
So,
There you go.
Yes.
would
My
there be
dad
dark
is
skinned
dark.
people?
Him and
And also they found, I mean this is just random information I found. They
My dad
found
is dark
old,
like him. Does it mean he's black?
not objects from like back in the day, I don't know, like farming tools and whatnot. They
He
found
made a lot of claims. He
years
didn't bring no
ago.
evidence.
And it has a similar farming tool to that of the Levantine region. So they come up with this theory
Algerians, they don't
that
like black people.
after
Algerians don't do that.
the early humans left Africa and they went to the Middle East. They went
تلي
around.
مشاك.
وش دخلك؟ I know it's theory, but come up with something better. Come up with something better.
No, but there's merit to the
No,
theory, though.
but
There's merit to the theory. There's merit to the theory.
There's specific tools that are common in certain areas, which have similarities. So there's links between these regions.
No, hold on, wait, bro, that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold tight. Right, so you're saying that the people them left from Africa, went into what? Like,
That's a theory, though.
Hold on, but went to where though? Went to where?
Western Asia.
Yeah, and they came back up,
And then
they
went to
re-entered
Europe,
from
and then
the
there's
north.
part-
Yes.
and then, yeah, there's
No.
parts.
Now that is a theory of migration that has a lot of evidence base to it. Yeah. So, but the people them that left from Africa would have been black people, right? Yeah, Africans. Yes. When they moved into what you call Western Asia, they're still black. Yeah. When they migrated up, they're still black. Yeah.
But
When
we
they
don't know,
re-enter,
we don't know.
hold on. When they re-enter.
When they stop being
When
black,
they, that's the point I'm trying to make, right? So that's the point I'm trying to make, right? But so we understand, yeah, through the dominant theory is that the European phenotype comes about. What you're talking about with the Ice Age, yeah, which was not in Africa. Yes, what's it called? It was in Europe.
It was in
right?
Northern Africa as well.
No, it was in Europe. Yeah.
It was in Northern Africa as well.
But the people them were in Europe, right? The point I'm trying to make, the Ice Age people them were in Europe, yeah? This is what I'm saying, right? Now, what you said was, the question was whether the people, black people are equipped to exist here in that kind of climate, yeah?
Phenotype is a weak argument because if you go Mongolia, which is
I haven't said anything yet.
if you go Mongolia,
You haven't said anything yet. You know, I haven't said anything yet. You know,
okay, you finish. Go on.
All right. What's it called? Right. Now, first of all, I want to make it clear, yeah. Right. And I've asked for the evidence of this, right? And I've asked. Let's listen and you'll catch up with the conversation. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fine. I'm saying. Fine. That's fine. You're welcome in the conversation. That's the conversation we're having. What I'm saying to you is just. That's what I'm saying. It's things like that, you know. It's things like that, you know.
Come over here.
I know it's things like that. But it's not even a hurt. But my point is that no. When we but it's good. No. What I'm saying is.
Kabila from Algiers. Yeah. I can't speak anything. Anyway,
You know, what I'm saying is that kind of stuff. I encourage it. It's good. Yeah. When we get that weird hat comment like that, it's a good statement to make. Yeah. No, it's cool. Keep rapping. It's good. I want to understand. Let me finish. Now, are you aware of the fact, that for a significant period of time, the majority of North Africa was actually underwater? Yes, like from the Mediterranean Sea, that kind of thing, right? Right. So again, so it was underwater, yes. Now, when it was uninhabited and underwater, there were people existing below the Sahara. As the water begins to recede, the water wasn't coming inland; it was going back towards the ocean. Yes, and the idea is that the people from the south migrated north.
The thing is,
therefore, once again, therefore, right? Again,
Out of curiosity, where did that idea come from?
It's
source.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence for it.
There's no evidence. There's evidence for the other way around, but there's no evidence for that.
So there's no evidence for why the desert's there.
Well, let me ask you a question.
I'll give you an example.
The desert is not under an ocean.
We're not from the
This is
desert.
how you get
We're not from the desert.
there is
We're from the
evidence.
Atlas Mountains.
tides, you know. Whales in the desert.
You're gonna let a man talk.
Come on, bro.
You're gonna let a man
Come
talk.
on, bro. You said there's no
Are you gonna let a
evidence.
man talk?
Yeah.
Are you gonna let a
There's
man
no
talk?
evidence.
Yeah?
But don't ever say there's no evidence.
I'm not from the
I'll
desert.
watch you.
There's a reason for that. Why? Because the Phoenicians invaded, at a particular point in time. The civilization. One second. Yes, but the civilization of Carthage.
You're chatting to a man who's been out there.
Listen, please.
I'm not on YouTube. I'm not on YouTube.
Fam, we're having a conversation, yeah? Right, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm saying, my name is Shaka, yeah, and I'm attempting, to facilitate, and I'm attempting, to facilitate.
okay, bro.
This is what I'm trying to say, fam. I like it. It's good, to see, You get me?
Oh my god. Okay, okay.
He's Irish. You see that?
No, bro, let's have a chill conversation.
So that's all we're saying. Bottom line, you are Europeans who came into Africa.
But where's Morocco then?
You're Europeans who came into Africa at a particular point.
Where's the reef?
Sorry,
Are you saying
Anything going the other way?
Sorry, bro. In the interest of content, please don't block the camera.
Let me have a calm conversation one by one.
I want to finish the statement I'm making, Right. So the point is,
Where are you getting your information from, by the way, just out of curiosity?
Say that again. Sorry.
Where do you get your information
So
from?
Where do you get yours?
Hakim Bey. I got my information
Hakim
from the
Bey,
Reef Mountains.
This is what I'm saying. The arrogance. I don't understand these people.
Exactly.
I got my
Wait, what, sorry?
information from
No, look, I'm
Khalid ibn, what's his name?
You do know this discussion is meant to
Abdul
be
Karim
between me and you. but for some reason
Al-Khattabi.
You've run away. You've run away.
Abdul Karim
You ran away.
Al-Khattabi. See what I'm saying, man? Don't listen.
I have all the evidence in my phone.
One second.
Everything.
One second. You know what? No, Khalid, stop talking. One second. All right. Hold on. Right, I don't like dishonesty, yeah? I've been encouraging him to speak for a good half an hour, right?
Get involved last week.
She was trying to speak, and he cut her. I was letting her speak. So if you, I'm gonna stop what I'm saying, If you want to speak, I'll let you speak for as long as you want to speak. Speak.
Cool. Now, we'll talk about North African history. We'll talk about the original Berbers. What I'm saying is that I've never denied that.
The two semantics you use there that don't win the argument.
Let him speak.
Because geographically.
Let him
Brother,
speak.
brother, me personally, this stuff doesn't mean nothing to me anyway. I don't
Let
care.
him speak.
I don't care.
I don't want to hear no excuses after this conversation.
I believe.
Let him speak.
I believe we all came from Adam, from a religious point of view. But let's talk about science.
For argument's sake, no.
No, Adam was created in different colors. But anyways.
No, he was a black man.
Speak.
In Islam, we believe he was in different colors. Anyways.
In Islam,
so we'll talk about
they tell you what the colour of the soil he was created from.
Let him speak, Maku. Let him speak.
Don't be
You're the Muslim, I'm not the Muslim.
Right, you're not
so
the
you
Muslim.
know better than me.
I know better than you.
me.
Of course I do.
Maku, let him speak, bro. Let him speak.
Of course I do. You're not older than my shahada. You're not older than my shahada. What happened to you?
We're not talking about shahada.
But you're going to be disingenuous about the faith. And I'm going to stand there and accept that.
Let him speak, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Let him speak. Go on, let him speak. Go on.
So we'll talk about the original Africans. Now you believe that the original Africans, the original Berbers are black.
Yes.
Point black, yeah?
Yes.
Point black. Now what I wanted you to bring is evidence.
No, you said you had evidence. I want to hear your
I had
evidence.
so what we could say is that
Given by the Romans, but we'll get to that.
me and her come from a region called the Atlas Mountains.
Yes.
And the Atlas Mountains covers from Morocco, where he comes from, all the way to Libya. Now the Atlas Mountain is known as a wetter climate, yeah? So you have the Atlas Mountains, which is a colder climate, where a majority of the non-black Berbers live, and you have the Tuareg. Tuareg are the black Berbers that live in the Sahara, yeah?
Yes.
Now you brought up the whole issue about phenotype, that certain people are adapted to live based on their climate. I agree with that, but only to a certain extent, because I can give you an example. When you go to places in Asia like Mongolia, which is 90% desert, the natives inhabitants there are not black. they're not black. Yeah, they're of a different colour. If you go to places like China, China's a very hot climate as well, not black as well. So for me, phenotype is a bit of a weak argument. Yeah, because it doesn't apply all the time. It does apply for sub-Saharan Africa, yes, for a fact. But when it comes to North Africa, there is no historians have no evidence of the native Berbers there in the Atlas Mountains coming from anywhere else around the world. Yes, they do have mixed heritage. They do have Southern European and whatnot and other parts of the continent. But most of their lineage traces back to North Africa. That's my point, bro. When you go to the Atlas Mountains,
I'm still waiting for evidence, though.
when you go to, for example, St. Augustine.
Yeah.
St. Augustine in the 4th century. Ah, yeah,
One second.
Yeah, but Arabs don't.
Berbers are mixed.
I've been here for a while. Like, okay, can I just say?
I want you to finish.
When there was water in the Saharan desert, bro.
I know.
Roman geographical.
Guys, just let him
I want you to finish.
Shakra, if I go by your argument of based on adaptation, the
I
reason
didn't
why
do your adaptation argument, but go ahead.
you said phenotype,
When?
you said phenotype, yeah, based on the climate. Do you not believe that where people live, yeah, they would have to be a certain colour? Do you not believe that in order for them to adapt? You don't believe that?
Not necessarily, no.
Then how does it
I don't-
exist?
So
Let him
the argument
finish.
drops.
Let him finish.
So that means I can be
Let him
adapted
finish.
to
Hold on.
North Africa.
Let him finish.
Which Chinese people you know who's Chinese?
Let him finish.
Anyways.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Mongolians, you know that they're
Okay.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
If I go by the argument, based on adaptation of the climate,
By what?
then my argument makes sense because
Yoruba never called Africa.
Let him finish, please. Let him finish.
my argument
Let
is
him
valid.
finish.
White man's argument against
Brother,
Arabic word.
brother, my argument
No,
values.
stop arguing with your petty argument. Come on, let's listen to each other.
No, I know that. What do you mean? But you need to word from the word Afriki. Afrika, yeah.
Yeah, that's in Tunisia. That's in Tunisia. It's a Berber word. Berber. It's Berber. It's Berber. It's Amazigh. It's in Tunisia. It's not Arabic. It's
It's not Arabic.
Tunisia.
It's not Arabic.
Bro, go to school, bro. Go to school.
Bro,
Ashkenazi.
you got some pseudoscience class. Sorry. I'm not German.
No, I agree with you. Right?
Ashkenazi.
I agree, but I want him to finish. I want him to finish. Oh yeah, but let him finish though, Mackie, please. I beg you, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish saying what he's saying. Yeah? Let him finish saying what he's saying.
If we go based off climate,
No.
then I have a valid point because brother.
No one here can speak Berber but me, bro.
Wait.
I can a bit. I can.
Wait.
Better than me.
I'm not better than you, innit, bro? I can live out there.
Now we're changing the conversation.
Okay.
I'm sorry. For the sake of content, yeah, don't put the camera in.
I know.
But you see what I'm saying?
What can I pay?
I've been trying to make my. I know you've been waiting.
Right?
Respect.
No, for real, like,
that,
I don't know what, I don't want no one to say I
respect
looked at anybody off it or something for speaking, you know. So I'm just
I
saying,
respect that,
right, so speaking it.
I think if you allow me to speak in it, if we go based off the argument, yeah, based on adaptation of the climate, then I have a valid point because when you go to the Atlas Mountain, it's not as hot as the Sahara. I know that for a fact because I've been there.
I'm still waiting for your evidence though.
Bro, it snows. What do you mean evidence?
So
It snows in the winter.
So you're saying that because it snows, I was gonna say because it snows in North Africa, in the northern part of Africa,
Yes,
in the winter,
well,
you're saying that the original people could not have been black because black people don't come out of that climate. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, if you give me any other evidence,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, if you give me any other evidence,
No. Is that what you're saying?
If you give me, I'm telling you what I'm saying. If you give me any other evidence where black people live in a cold climate, yeah, or have come out of a climate other than a hot climate, because we know that sub-Saharan Africa is hot.
No, it
and you
isn't.
go,
Sudan is colder than it's
Cold?
hot. It's the hot
South
there.
Africa's
not as cold as Algeria.
You know it snows in South Africa, right?
It's
South
Do
Africa's
you know it snows in South
Africa's
Africa?
got seasons.
Do you know it snows in South Africa?
Do you know about the
South
equator?
Africa's got seasons,
No,
right?
No, do you know about the equator?
Do you know that it snows in South Africa?
Huh?
Do you know that it snows in South Africa?
Probably in certain areas, yeah.
It snows in South Africa.
Probably, yeah.
So
probably,
just
yeah.
like it snows in certain areas of North Africa. Yeah?
No.
And South Africa has different ethnic groups.
The north, it
Say again?
snows.
Then what colour?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
is North
no,
Africa.
wait, but there's some that actually look very East Asian as well. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, there are, which is what I was saying before. Not you, argument.
Hold on one second.
Generally,
One second.
Exactly.
I'm still waiting.
Before
I'm
the
saying,
climate.
but
I got the
the Koi, who they say look East Asian are indigenous, the Khoi and the San people.
Cool.
Right, that's the
That's why they San people.
Right? They don't look Asian, yeah. But I'm saying, but really, the East Asian look like them because the Khoi was there before. Right? What's it called?
How far back do you want to go?
As far back as you want to go, fam.
Okay, do you want to
go? So go. I want to hear wherever you got. Bring everything you have. Me no business. No want to hear it.
Can I also say
Bring everything. That's patois. It means I want to hear it.
Do you want to go pre-Arab invasion? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing pre-Arab invasion.
Pre-Arab invasion.
Yes.
So one of my evidence is. Do you know who St. Augustine is?
You know the Punic Wars.
St. Augustine was.
You know about the Punic Wars, innit?
Yeah.
Okay.
St. Augustine was black.
Now we're going
I
to.
wonder who's in the Punic
That's
Wars.
what you think.
Yeah.
But for a second.
He's going to tell me that St. Augustine was not black.
Yeah, because he was on a point or something.
Historians believe that St. Augustine was in. So St. Augustine, scholars generally agree that.
What's your source?
I got this from Wikipedia.
Cool. Go on.
They put the
That's fine. Yeah,
They have the citations. I haven't.
It's cool.
I don't have the citations.
It's cool.
So I'll go from Wikipedia.
It's cool. Go on.
So Augustine, scholars generally agree that Augustine and his family were Berbers, which is what I am. An ethnic group indigenous to North Africa, but they were heavily Romanized. Romanized as in terms of language, so he spoke the Latin language. I'm sure.
Sorry, you know, how long were the Romans occupied North Africa for?
Yeah, but they don't take over
How
the whole
long?
country.
How long?
How do you know this?
But they're only a minority.
How long? How long?
Centuries.
The Arabs were there for how long?
How many centuries? How long? How long?
I don't know. But
About 600 years. Yeah? Right? About 600 years, the Romans occupied significant parts of North Africa. About 600. I'm just clarifying that. Right, but go ahead.
But the thing is, the scholars didn't say that he was Roman. They said he was a Berber.
I'm not denying that St. Augustine was a Berber. St. Augustine was a Berber, I affirm that.
So he spoke the Latin language.
Yeah.
Because obviously Romans occupied that area, and obviously I'm sure they enforced them in
What's your point though? I'm not seeing your point.
No, we have
we agree St. Augustine was Romanized, just like many Berbers today are Arabized.
No, we have a picture.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't black. But he was from the north. He was from Annaba, which is in. He was in Annaba.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Someone said that to me last week. But it's well known. This one is basic.
So
today, sorry, I'm saying to be fair. To be fair, right? To be fair, fam.
Should I pull out more pictures?
Alright, can I?
Shut up, in St. Augustine, black person. Shut up, that.
All right. You can if you want to, right? You can if you want to, yeah. Are you aware of the fact that they also told us that Hannibal was white as well, yeah?
He was.
Hannibal was white, yeah. What about
He was brown.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because Carthaginians were white, yeah.
Carthage was originally the Phoenicians came to North Africa. They're from Lebanon.
You know what colour olives are?
Olive skin. I don't do this. I don't do this whole black and white thing.
It's a good point. It is a good point. It is a good point. You got green olives and you got black olives. So which one are we doing? Which one?
Well, like shade of olive.
Yeah, black.
Am I like
the black olive?
What the green olives?
There's no picture of him now. He's black.
And no, just like a green leaf.
So wait, so are there any photographs in those pictures?
For olive skin is like Mediterranean.
Are there any photographs in those pictures?
Like tan.
Of St. Augustine?
That's what I meant by olive.
They got photographs of St. Augustine.
I didn't mean a real olive.
I didn't mean black olive.
Did I time travel?
Green olive either.
Why are you taking the mic, man? Well, I'm trying to.
I'm asking you. No, because the reason why we're having
I wasn't born yesterday.
Hold on.
I wasn't born yesterday.
Hold on. Right? No, you know what's funny though?
A leaf is a green
You have
olive.
a nice smile, man.
Look at the colour of the leaf.
Right, listen. One second.
Anyways.
You know what's funny, yeah? You know what's funny? You spoke earlier, yeah, about Romanized art, yes, being among the Carthaginians. So oftentimes when they depicted people, they depicted them in a certain kind of way, yeah, specific to the Roman phenotype.
Not really like phenotype, it's just the style of
Right. So the point I'm making is now if we look at like coinage, yeah, for example, of Hannibal, yes, and look at the coins that were being made by the Carthaginians at that time, explicitly black features.
He came from Lebanon.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on, can I speak? Carthage was originally Phoenician, and then Northern Africa came up with Carthage.
So are Phoenicians black?
No,
That's
I
what
don't
you
believe that.
believe.
That's what you believe.
That's what you believe.
No, I know.
This is all belief.
This is why.
I know.
Let me tell you why.
This is
Let me
all
tell you why I
opinion.
know. Let me
This
tell
is
you why I
all
know.
opinion, bro.
Wait, can I say something else?
In the name.
I was gonna say, man.
It's in the name, my brother. It's in the name.
Purple, yeah.
Right?
You're not purple.
Yeah.
You're not
No,
purple.
that's your modern
No,
interpretation.
wait, hold on.
Nobody's purple.
No,
Can I say something
that's
else?
your modern modern
You honestly think
interpretation.
you're purple?
Hold on,
Bro,
can
that's your modern interpretation.
You know, a white person
Alright,
can turn
The
purple.
original interpretation
Can I
was
say something?
shiny
You know what?
black.
Right, one second. Let me drop something. Let me drop something. Right, you mentioned Carthage, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's deal with Carthage for a second, right? Two archaeologists, yeah? One called Robbins, yeah? One called Shoot. I forget their first names, yeah?
Yeah.
Oftentimes when you're dealing with disciplines, people don't.
Remember
People
that.
don't. One sec, right? People don't use that. They often just put it in the surnames, yeah? Robbins and Shoot, yeah? They did an archaeological dig of a graveyard, yeah? Carthaginian society, all right? And oftentimes when archaeologists are dealing with identifying the racial characteristics, they're dealing with the body proportions, yes? Because African people, different people tend to have different body proportions, yeah? To different other people. They test melanin content, in skin and bones and them kind of things there. They look at hair, right? Because this beautiful hair right here, we are the only people that have this right here. You know what I'm saying? This beautiful hair.
No. Who?
Come on.
Who has
Show
his
me
hair?
a Berber.
This beautiful hair right here.
Who has
This hair right here, yeah?
Show me a
We
Berber.
don't even have this right here, right? So generally speaking,
There's
so
many.
generally speaking, right? So hold on.
Yeah, North African.
You got juice, bro. Man got juice,
Right, so hold
bro.
on. So hold on. So I'm saying,
Oh, you know why?
right? So I'm saying,
Look at this. Look at this.
Guys, man.
Yeah, look. Oh my God. Oh my God.
We saw
These will turn into dreadlocks after a week.
hey, I'm telling you.
Nah, guys.
It looks similar to yours.
Let me get to my point.
You
Right?
got
So they
this 9
did.
for
No. Now bearing in mind, yeah. Carthage is late in the history, so we already know that at this point it's mixed already. But we know, that there's still significant black population in that area of the world at this point, because the archaeologists can find bodies of whole graveyards that are black, so-called Negroid in their body proportions. Yeah, from Carthage.
It's only body proportions that's taken off together. What's the...
What I said, this is what I said carefully. I said, archaeologists, when they're trying to find the racial characteristics of their finds, they look at body proportions, melanin content. Now they can study DNA, them kind of things there. And I am saying that we know that a significant portion, even at that time, Carthage, yes, which is AD, yeah, and it's already mixed. So the Vandals, the Phoenicians, the Greeks, the Rome, them done gone there already, right? Sorry, I'm thinking Pato again. They've been there before. They've already been. Yes?
But
and we already know.
Unfortunately for the Romans, the Carthaginians existed before them.
Before them?
In Rome, in Sicily.
Right.
So they control
on that point. So there's evidence. Listen. For example, the people of the Mediterranean.
Carthaginians were in.
Listen.
Europeans were black too.
Tune in.
Well, they were Europeans.
Tune in.
The Europeans
One
were
sec,
there.
Maki, one sec. One point, Maki. One point. There is also evidence of the fact, that the people on the other side of the Mediterranean they have African DNA because the Africans crossed over into that part of the world. Right. So it's evident. So one second. Right. So it's evident.
When we was doing the conquering.
So it's evident if they could cross over the Mediterranean Sea.
It was Berber warriors, by the way.
Think about it now.
That's how you make Berbers.
No, Berber warriors that look like
That's how you make Berbers.
One sec. If the Africans,
You get me?
One sec.
And we make man like
If
you.
the Africans, come back to your point.
Saddam is a African then.
One sec, Maki, one sec. If the Africans,
Mainly Euro.
Maku, hold on, man. You're being disruptive right now, right? You get me? You're bringing that SU energy, And I know you don't do it IFA, but you're bringing the SU energy, All right. What's it called? Right. So if the Africans, come back to your point now, If the Africans can cross the Mediterranean and go into Europe, why can they not exist in North Africa?
Okay, the reason why that happened historically is because when the Islamic Empire came,
and it stopped.
when the Arabs or the Islamic Empire came,
in the 7th century,
they employed Berber warriors
to
take them and conquer Iberia.
Yes.
Now, what did these Berber warriors look like? Can I show you pictures? Of what these Berber warriors look like? Can I show you pictures?
I'll tell you what you do.
No, let me show you what these Berber warriors look like.
I'll tell you what you can do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let me show you what these Berber warriors look like.
It's important to listen. I gave you evidence of Carthage,
And I'm going to give you evidence.
Listen. No, but you're not. You're going to show me a picture. So what I'm going to ask you to do? All right, let me show you what I mean.
Berber warriors,
Let me show you what I mean.
This is what Berbers were.
Listen. Let me show you what I mean.
This is what Berber warriors look like.
Good.
These are the ones that were employed
Fantastic.
pre-Arab invasion to go conquer Iberia.
Yeah. But hold on.
Do they look black to you?
Did he look black to you?
But hold on.
He's one of the Berber warriors.
Hold on. What did I say? Hold on. When was this? Yeah, the Arabs invaded when?
They came 7th century.
7th century. Yeah. What was my statement?
Carthage was prior to that.
What was Carthage was prior to that, and Carthage was a significantly black civilization. Listen. Right. So to bring me something from the 7th century, even if that is correct, look, doesn't prove the point. But
Kahina, which was a Berber queen.
Oh no, you see, you're gonna show me. Right. Kahina.
She fought against
Dahia and Kahina. How did?
She wasn't black.
How did the
100% she wasn't black?
How did the Arabs?
She was. Kahina was not black.
Guys, I want to.
Kahina was not black.
How did? Who was she fighting?
The Arabs.
Right. How did the Arabs describe Al Kahina?
How did they describe her?
Yes. How did they describe her?
Yeah.
What else though?
She was Jewish.
What else though?
They didn't say black, bro.
They didn't say black.
They didn't say black. They described her. I'll make it up here. I'll make it up. There's a
Kahina was not black, bro.
Go on.
They described her. The Arabs who fought her, you know.
I can give you Saint
and they fought her. And she whooped them to the extent that they were fearful of her.
She died. She got killed.
She was eventually defeated in 709, I believe.
Yeah,
right. But that was after a while of fighting them. She was a fierce opposition to them. Right. That's why they called her a witch. They couldn't understand how this black woman.
That's Kahina.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused
are
right
you being
now.
serious? 1 second. I'm gonna
give. That's what Kahina.
Yeah, cool.
So what's the black one underneath?
Hold on. The funny thing is, he's giving. That's what I'm saying. He's giving me paintings, you know. He ain't saying where the paintings come from, what year they were painted, or anything like that. But the Arabs, exactly. But the Arabs of the time described her as dark skin, yes, with wild hair and big eyes.
Evidence? Give us this evidence.
That's what they described her.
Okay, show us.
As dark skin with wild hair and big eyes.
That doesn't mean black.
Okay.
Wild hair don't mean black. Wild hair don't mean black.
You know she's ignoring the
I
dark
have
skin.
wild hair. I'm not black.
Dark skin don't mean black.
I'm not black.
Dark skin, what level of dark skin?
Alright, cool.
What level of dark skin?
What is it?
What level of dark skin?
One second. Alright, let her talk.
I'm getting confused with the dates of when they became white or whatever. The Romans.
Yes.
They became what they mixed and they, became what?
The Vandals, yes.
No, don't let him escape this,
no.
man.
And then,
Show us where Kahina was black.
Bro, can I talk?
I'm gonna come in. Go.
And then after, when Kahina was going against the Arabs, this is way after the Romans, this is way after the Vandals, this is way after, but she's still black. And this is in the northern part. She's still black.
Yes.
No, and
I'll clarify for you. Let me clarify for you. I am not saying now that at this point, North Africa, was exclusively black. That's not what I'm saying. I said for already, by this point we're already dealing with mixture. By this point we're already dealing with over 1,000 years of invasions from Greeks, and the Hyksos, and so on and so forth, And so there's some of the people that we find even in Libya, yes. Because some of the people that invaded, were chased out. Not only of them went back east, some of them went west, by the people in Kemet, the black people of Kemet. Even, let me show you something. Herodotus, 400 and something AD, BC, In 525 is when the Persians so-called conquered Egypt.
Yes.
That's the last point at which Egypt was never, or Kemet was never under black rule ever again after that point. But the Greeks who went to Egypt still describe Egyptians as black.
By the way, what is the source?
Herodotus, for example, Greek historian describes the Egyptians, as black-skinned with woolly hair and big lips. And he's comparing them to a group of people, I'm forgetting their names, among the Greeks that live among the Greeks. And he's saying those people are the same people as the Egyptians. He knows this because they look the same, as in they have dark skin.
Can I say something?
1 second, woolly hair and big lips. And also because they share cultural customs like circumcision, for example. So I'm saying to you, even, because one of the arguments was somebody told me that the Egyptians were not black. Even the Greeks, when Egypt was not under black rule, described the Egyptians as black.
Well, where'd you get this from?
Wait, Egyptians
you
were
weren't
white.
listening. Herodotus,
said they were white?
a Greek historian.
Yeah, but some
Listen,
disagree
before
with
you
that.
speak, listen.
Some say that they were
Fine,
olive
bring
skin
me
colour.
evidence. Bring me evidence.
I will.
Bring me evidence.
Some say
But
that
I'm
they
saying to you,
were
a Greek historian who lived at the time, remember I said, 525 BC. Yes?
Yeah.
The Persians conquered Egypt. Egypt is not under black rule at this point. Herodotus is writing in 400 and something BC.
Okay.
So Egypt is under Greek rule. But they still called it, the people that they refer to as Egyptians are the black people. Why? Because they know they're not original to the land.
All right, can I talk now? Okay, thank you. I would also like to say in ancient Egypt, I don't know, I think this was the 21st dynasty. This was way after black rule. This was like around the Roman rule.
Yeah.
And the art, I'm not talking about the art, but they did...
what century, sorry?
I think it was 21st dynasty. I don't know which dynasty it was.
57. 56.
No, I don't
because it was the last one.
It was the last dynasty that the one I'm talking about.
Yes. Well, that
it
was the only time
in
there was Europeans.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know which dynasty.
But Ptolemy the Greek.
Anyways, it was this art which showed different ethnicities that lived within ancient.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So they showed Libyans, the ancient Libyans, which was basically all of North Africa at the time.
Yes.
And they were very olive skin pale. And then they showed Syrians.
They were brown, yeah.
And they had the tattoos and had the traditional tattoos and all that.
That was not.
And then they showed Nubians.
Yes.
That was Hittites.
As black, yes.
Yeah, and as like
yes,
black.
yes.
And then they showed Assyrian.
Yes.
As like similar to Berber, similar to the Amazigh, like a kind of palish, kind of olive skin.
No.
That's not how I record it. But yeah, go on. That's not how I record it. That's not how I record it. Yeah, show me the thing. Yeah, show me the thing. That's not how I record it.
And then the ancient Egyptians showed us like the brown kind of bronze.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now, Theodorus Siculus.
They used to call them Meshwish.
Theodorus Siculus, another one of these Greek historians, speaks. Now you have to understand, in the ancient, around the European ancient world, the phrases that they use, the Greeks and the Romans use to refer to black people, were phrases like Egyptian, Ethiopian, Moor, and Libyan. This is what you're talking about, yeah. So demonstrate what you're talking about here, now, yeah.
Sorry, the screen's locked.
Yeah, go on.
So this is.
That's actually a recreation, though, of the actual thing.
This one is a Hittite. That one's a Hittite. Right?
No, this one's a Berber.
Okay.
This one I think is a Hittite.
You don't
now, what's the date on?
No, we did. Yes, we did.
But what's the date on the thing, though?
Berber's known to be the oldest indigenous group.
No, it's not. That's the point.
No.
There are groups before the Berbers. You ever heard the term proto-Berber before?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You've got to go to something called the Punic Wars.
No,
you know about the Punic Wars, my brother?
Yeah.
Right. So this is the first emergence of Berbers.
That's not the original.
It's from the Moors.
It's on the wars, but they've done a recreation of it.
The Moors comes right. You mix it
Where?
up. Moors came right after Islam.
All right. So no. Our Carthaginians. One second.
Yes.
Our Carthaginians Moors.
Yeah.
No.
See, this is where you're
Right.
confused.
Because the term Moor was used to describe black people,
No, it was
and it became associated with more Islam became encountered on the continent.
Moor was used.
The term Moor, the etymology of the word, it means black.
No, it doesn't. I love how people
That's why
use
it's
language.
The Arab, even the Muslim Arabs describe people as Moors, and they're Muslim. As Moor, Othello in Shakespeare is a Moor.
Moors was used to describe Spanish converts as well. It wasn't just black people.
And it's how
Yes, to Islam.
No, they were Muslims
Black
first.
people were taken to Spain.
Oh, bro.
Black Muslim scholars were taken to Spain.
What are you talking about?
No,
Queen
they-
Isabella, hold on
no,
one
wait,
second.
hold on.
One second.
Spanish.
Queen
Black
Isabella
people
is
went
Christian.
in Spain.
So when she
She
comes
converted-
in,
I got evidence, yeah.
Of what? Go on.
So
She came
scientists
in
conducted
with
the Y
Christianity,
chromosome.
right?
Yeah.
No, go back to the
E1B,
word.
E1B.
I want to hear
in
evidence. He's got
Christianity,
DNA
though.
evidence. Go on.
Where the word
He's got DNA evidence. He's got DNA evidence. He's got DNA evidence. Go on. I want to hear it. Let's
So
know.
when you look at the gene,
Yes.
Burbage.
B1B,
Yeah.
North Africa
Yeah.
holds that gene stronger than Southern European. So
Yeah.
you can see the genetic difference between Southern
The Southern
Europeans
European and the North African. Yeah.
today.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not denying that. Yeah. Yeah, do you know why though?
So if they tested me,
now delve into. Go on.
so if they were to test me
Yeah.
and test a Spanish guy,
Yeah.
I'd
They'll find something
genetics
different.
would be way different.
Yeah.
Way different.
Go on. Right.
So
That's a lie.
if you
No,
believe,
he's not lying. Go on.
if you believe,
Right, go on.
if you believe, that my people, the Berbers, came from anywhere else,
Yeah.
well, it's false because
Yeah.
we don't share the same genes.
All right,
We don't
cool.
share the
Cool. Let's deal with that.
It's
Now,
facts, man. I'm
yeah,
not making it up.
I know he's not making it up. No, he's not making it up. He's not making it up.
B1B
Delve in-
doesn't exist.
Delve in. Hold on. Delve into.
not science.
Delve into. Because you've given me a designation. So North African DNA. Yes. So you have to now explain to me. Listen. right? What is the basis for the designation North African DNA?
They said that it was it's very similar to East African, Horn of Africa DNA as well, because both of them originate from Egypt. Both of them originate from.
You're incorrect.
You do know the Berber language originates from Egypt.
No, it's partly right. And as we've been demonstrating, Egypt is a black African nation originally, right? Yeah. But what's it called? Right? But hold on. When they say you have to understand science here and designations. When they say North African DNA, they're referring to a specific location in which people's DNA developed in a certain way. Yes? But when they say North African, and if you were to study the origin of that designation, you will know that what they call North African DNA does not originate on the continent. Right. That's the DNA of people. Listen, that's the people of the.
It originates in the Horn of Africa.
That is the people. No. When they say North African,
Horn of Africa. It says Horn of Africa.
Go.
Place of origin. It originates in the Horn of Africa.
I want. You're showing me the haplogroup EM215. Yeah. I'm saying to you, show me that the thing about North African DNA. Yeah, that's what I'm asking you about.
You want to know about North African DNA?
Yes. The same picture that you showed.
That's the original.
That's the original.
What about this one?
As I said, that is a Hittite. Yeah, and a Canaanite. So there's Canaanites and there's Hittite or the Hikakasu.
I'm disappointed now. I've been waiting for this evidence.
If they were this brown, then why would Hannibal be black?
What?
If they were this brown, why would Hannibal be black?
But it doesn't make sense because Hittites come from Turkey.
But that's still within the Middle East region.
So why chromosome?
So we know where they are and we know where they come from.
Hello, E is the most common particle group among the Berbers.
Yeah, they're from Middle East.
It represents up to 100% of the Y chromosomes among some Berber populations.
Why they're red?
Yeah.
Are we not brown?
Hello, group E. Some of us are brown. Imagine prehistoric North Africa.
No, bro, you're dealing with one section of the DNA now. So the E mate
of the same family.
You have to study the thing a bit more, innit? Because the whole DNA.
I can be this tone.
There are many different. Yeah, so there are many different. E1B1, for example, is black people. Yeah, so I'm saying you're dealing with one strain.
Hannibal. We're not saying this is Hannibal.
I said it was black.
Bro. Now he's dealing with the E1B, right, and them kind of things there. Yeah, and he's showing me this here and asking me how is this black people? Yeah. Right. Now, if I now you who say yeah, let me show you something, right? Let me show you something. Take care. You who say I'm a Jamaican, yeah. If you come to Jamaica, right? Yeah. You know, like we're talking about an area of the world that's been invaded for thousands of years. The Africans have been in Jamaica for 400 or 500 years, yeah, and you'll find people that look exactly like that colour, yes, in Jamaica, as a result of mixing over generations.
Can I say what it says?
Go on then.
Basically, it says that it is thought to this gene E1B, it is thought to have originated in North Africa 5,600 years ago.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's not in dispute. What I'm saying, listen
to 1,000.
Right, listen carefully to what I'm saying.
5,000.
Listen carefully to what I'm saying.
This man.
Listen carefully.
1B.
Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. What I said was, when they're talking about North African DNA, because the DNA thing, yeah, they study DNA and they make designations based upon where they find the DNA, right? So, for example, you can if you deal with the native peoples of the Americas, yes, you'll find specific DNA patterns among them, even though some of them migrated from the continent of Africa, some of them migrated from the Asian continent, but they've evolved a particular way, and they've got specific DNA sequences that are specific to them now in that region of the world. Are you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So when they say Native American DNA, that's what they mean. Yeah? They don't mean that necessarily the people that are there necessarily originated there. But that DNA sequence comes about in that environment with those people. So I'm saying, when they say North African, you have to study what is behind, not the designation, you know, what is behind the designation. Because, for example, you'll find DNA sequences of different peoples of the African continent, and you might find that they share an origin. Yeah? So if a Somali brother might be have different DNA to a Congolese brother, yes, but we know through history that both of them share descendants from the Nile Valley, yeah, from Kemet and Nubia, yes, right. So the point is, when they say North African DNA, what is it that they're referring to? And I'm telling you that they're talking about a DNA sequence that came from Europe and evolved in North Africa.
It doesn't say that. It says that Southern Europeans share it because of North African immigration.
Another thing, bro.
certain parts of Iberia and
but
Southern Europe.
That is possible too.
Yeah.
Because
you have historical
it depends on which
facts
one you're talking about.
Of my people
but I done said, no, not your people. I done said already that the Africans from Southern Africa already migrated into the Maghreb and then reached the Mediterranean across the Mediterranean Sea. We've already dealt with that. We've already dealt with that. Yeah. So the people them in Italy and Spain, you will find, even though they're majority white, you will find African DNA among them.
What year was this? So what century was this? Because I'm giving you pre-7th century. That's what I'm giving you.
Yeah, I'm talking about pre-7th century as well. I'm talking about thousands of years.
This is 5,600 years ago.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about.
The problem with that is, the problem with that, what he's trying to explain is, one, with DNA, you cannot be specific to a location. You understand? You can't.
You have to study the migration patterns. You
understand?
Yeah, you have to study migration patterns.
Who's living there now?
Right.
Yeah. They've swabbed already. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do your DNA thing, they match it to those people who live there at
the time.
time.
So for example, if now you do my DNA and you find Ashanti, right? They're gonna match me to Ghana. Yes, but the Ashanti people don't only originate from Ghana. The Ashanti people are bigger than just Ghana. Yeah, if you the same thing with Yoruba. The Yoruba are mostly known in Nigeria today, but they're not specific to Nigeria. They exist in more countries than Nigeria. Yeah. To the point, so that's the point. You have when you're bringing everything, you have to know where you're talking about.
Okay, let me ask you a simple question then. Since you don't agree with this, let me ask you a simple question. So where did the non-Negroid Berbers come from? Because there's not actually there's no evidence for that.
Why are we playing games?
We've done spoken about. Again, we've given you DNA.
I just showed you that Greeks, Italians, and Spanish people don't share same DNA as North Africans.
I've just explained to you why, but you haven't heard. Right?
You're just giving me a fallacy.
With all due respect,
Somalis would claim E1B1B.
Fam, I've given him.
Some of my
given him DNA evidence.
Claim E1B1B. So now, even if it was, imagine, even if it was, that means they share the same DNA with Somalis. No, hold on, with Somalis.
All that means is that the people from that region migrated today.
With the gene.
Exactly. No, say that again.
It's got to be the Somali, innit? For example.
Yeah, go on.
Because they're saying I'm E1B1B.
The
original. Of what saying? Anyone who has it as well came out of
E1B1BG.
No, I know. You know what's funny? But you don't realize.
I don't have the same gene as European.
Listen. You don't realize here that you're actually disproving your own point.
I'm trying to see that.
Listen, the gene sequence that you're talking about, if it comes from the Horn of Africa, it is black. Yes?
No, they're similar.
Listen. Is this what I'm saying?
It never
Why?
said it came from them.
Why? Because your Algerian sister just a minute already said that migration patterns went from as much as they went north, they went
up the
east, north, and west again. So we got two different migration patterns. That's the reality. But if it comes from there, it's black. So even with what you're bringing me, you're disproving your own point.
Yeah. No, but historically, the Berbers were not known for
not
migration.
Your movements.
The Berbers were not known to have empires and spread.
The Berbers.
They did have Berberi pirates.
How do you not have an empire?
But they were only recent. They was only
Berbers
in the 14th century.
are made up of different groups of people, and I've said, blessings. Yeah. So I don't know. No. Fam, Maz brought descriptions from historical sources. Man's brought DNA. Man's brought archaeological finds. Yeah. Man's brought evidence of migration patterns. Yeah. Man's brought all these things, and he's saying that. Man's brought linguistics, and he's saying that there's no evidence. So we can't have a conversation.
He's done it.
He's done it, fam. He's finished.
So I don't share same DNA as a Southern European. That means I'm not originally.
I'm done. I'm finished. Listen.
Yes, you are.
Let's move on from this now. One second. Let's move on from this now, yeah?
Man's from Southern Europe.
5,000 years ago, North Africa was a black nation. Africa is a black nation.
Africa should listen to your Algerian, your North African invader brother. Africa should listen to him.
Right.
He's an honest invader.
Right.
I like my invaders honest.
That's the reality.
I appreciate honest
You're
invaders.
partly Greek, Roman, whatever thing.
He's a good invader.
Sorry.
But then it doesn't prove things.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But I would go with my original origin.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I would go with my original origin. If it was Turkish, if it was Roman, I'd go with that. You get me? I wouldn't start making up stuff and say, I'm Berber and we're original.
It's totally plausible.
say that black people didn't originate in Egypt.
Do you know what's funny? 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 Do you know what's funny though? Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny? I mentioned the black mummy earlier, yeah? And the black mummy is it's called the black mummy because it's black. The black mummy is evidence of mummification in Libya before it even existed in Kemet.
The black mummy was in Sahara, not in the Atlas Mountains, bro.
We don't care about the Atlas Mountains.
Is the Sahara in North Africa?
And Europeans coming in would stay in the Atlas Mountains.
What's your point? What's your point?
You don't let me speak.
What's your point? Go on, say what you're saying.
You're not going to get burnt up like in the Sahara.
Before the French invaded,
yes.
Before the French invaded, North Africa was Algeria never had Sahara. It was just the top. It became Sahara based on French imperialism to get the oil, to get the gas, to get the money.
He's not completely wrong about that.
Yeah, that's what happened.
What's the point?
So man can make this.
So the black mummy.
He's trying to say Algeria is just like the coastal part.
Yes.
What's his point though? What's his point?
My point is, when you talk about the black mummy,
yes,
isn't non-black Algeria?
Right, no. Let me show you why Shekellery. The conversation. Finish it.
So when you talk about the black mummy, the black mummy, I watched the documentary by the way.
Go on.
The guy wasn't.
I'm not talking about. I watched the documentary. I just know about the evidence.
He found it in the south.
In the southern part of Libya.
Yes.
Is Libya in North Africa?
Yes, but that's Sahara.
But the southern part.
No, there's two distinctions, brother.
All right, okay.
There's the Atlas Mountains.
The Sahara is what then?
And there's the Sahara.
So when the Sahara becomes the Sahara?
That kid that they found, the black kid. Yes, he did originate from there.
Yeah.
But then.
So what about the evidence that I brought about the whole graveyard of so-called Negroid
I have to look
features?
that up.
You have to look it up, right?
I have to look it up. Just like how I looked up that one.
Fine, look it up. Good, look it up.
And he's from the Sahara, which is conversation. Let me finish. Which is border to Niger.
Is the Sahara in North Africa?
We know that. Yes, it became because of French imperialism. Because of French imperialism.
Right. And you believe you're not French?
I'm not from the Sahara.
Wow.
I'm not from the Sahara.
Man believes he's not French.
I'm not from the Sahara. I'm from the Atlas Mountains, where it snows during the winter.
I want to move on.
Even your people, your original people.
I've never been from the Sahara. I've never been to the Sahara.
Even your original people are not from Africa. That is the bottom line, right? They came in at a particular time.
There's no evidence for that. There's no evidence of
Berbers
coming in.
You're the evidence.
We're just saying it.
Can you give me
We've been given it already. You know.
By the way, you're the evidence.
We've spoken about. We have spoken about.
You need to go to school.
Let us. No. Let us both go to Algeria. Hold on, bro.
No.
I'm just saying.
But you know what?
I'm just saying.
He's saying we can't look at skin color, but his debate is that the people are not black.
Come on, bro.
Don't look at skin color, but your debate is whether the people are black or not. This is a joke.
Accept your heritage, bro.
You're saying don't look at skin color, but your debate is that the people are not black.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
No, the Tuareg were black. Black Berbers, they were black, of course.
Okay, so the
No. Bear in mind, I'm getting heat,
Yes.
I'm getting heat from my
Berbers
argument.
Like, look.
What the non-black Berbers?
Like my sister Zubaydah, yeah? Algeria, yeah? She says that in the north, it's commercial, there's bare people, in the south, in the south of the country, is black. 100%.
Why is it always the south?
The south wasn't part of the country until imperialist France came. It wasn't part of the
country.
But
why are all the black people always in the south? Why are all the black people always in the south?
The south of the
country. Hold on. Do you know there are people in West Africa today, yes, that originate in North Africa? Many of the Fulani people and so on. Why are they in West Africa? Do you know why?
Probably they migrate.
For what reason? Because of what? What were the circumstances of the migration?
Probably trade.
No, invasion.
No, there's no evidence for that. There's no evidence of Berbers like me who have come into land and invaded. That's my point. There's no evidence.
I realize you have a problem with listening.
There's no evidence.
I realize you have.
No, telling me about a graveyard.
I realize you have a problem with listening. Listen to what I said.
You need to show me paintings.
Listen to what I said.
Historical facts.
Listen to what I said.
Historical writings by historians that Berbers came into the land and wiped out the black natives and sent them south. There's no evidence for that.
I never made a claim. Hold on, no. Straw man. I never made the claim that Berbers came in and wiped out anybody.
You said I'm not invading.
No.
You said I'm not invading.
I said, I never made a claim that Berbers came in and wiped out. That was not what I was saying.
Am I an invader?
Right? Yes, you are.
I am an invader. So I did come into the region. So I did come into the region.
Yes, you are.
So I did come into the region.
There are many people. There are many people that are called Berber today that are descendants of invaders. That is a fact. Yes, there are black Berbers who are indigenous. Yes, that is a fact. No.
Tuareg.
Study this. Study this. In Algeria, hold on.
Looking like gypsies. With
in Algeria, you remember you made the claim, yeah, that when the French invaded, they didn't consider the Berbers to be black, to be white, yes, right? Despite the fact that you yourself consider yourself to be white, what's it called? The Berbers, the French, that's what you said, yes. That the French did not consider the Berbers to be right. The Arabs were already there, though, right?
Because they were racist.
Listen. But the Arabs were already there, yes.
The Arabs already came.
No,
the Arabs got kicked out.
The Arabs were when the French came. The Arabs were there.
Yes.
No, they got kicked out, bro.
But by who?
By the French.
Exactly.
So when the French came, the Arabs were there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
They kicked out the Ottomans. They kicked out the Arabs.
The Ottomans were also there. Yeah. So the French came.
They kicked them out.
The Arabs were there. The Ottomans were there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So when
listen. I'm not finished. Right? You said your so-called tribe is what again? Kabyle. Yes.
Kabyle.
Right. Are you familiar with the relationship between the French, who colonizers, and the Kabyle tribe of the Berbers? And how
I know it.
Right?
I know it inside out.
So what was their relationship? What was the difference in the relationship between the French and the Kabyle, and the French and the Ottomans, and the French and the Arabs?
The French, they used the Kabyle for their own agenda.
Why?
They said to them, help us remove the Ottomans.
Why?
Why? Because they wanted to take over the country.
Yeah. But there's another reason, though.
Another reason?
Yes.
Well, they segregated them. They said the Kabyle were very traditional people.
Yes.
They remained in the Atlas Mountains.
Yes.
They never left the Atlas Mountains.
And to be fair, there were some of the Kabyle that rebelled against the French too. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, my grandma's brother.
But remember, you said, you know, your statement was that the French did not consider the Kabyle to be white. They considered them to be more white than the Ottomans and the Arabs who were there.
Possibly, yeah.
Right.
I'm not denying that.
Right.
But they never considered them as European white. Anyways.
No, the French when they came to colonize.
Yeah. But when did black Berbers become known as Algerians? When did they become known as Algerians? When were they identified as Algerians?
The Algerian as a nationality is something that comes after 1884, 1885 with the Berlin Conference.
Last 5 minutes.
The country Algeria.
By the way, it was French
the
Algeria,
country,
not Algeria.
Yeah. And then it became Algeria.
And then,
right?
And
the name Algeria.
He's answering his own
from
question.
the name Algeria. It comes from a city that was called Algiers, and the etymology of that word is Arabic, because it was designated under the Arab invasion.
No, Zaire.
Right?
No, Zaire.
No, I know that. What I'm saying is, Algeria and Algiers is derived from an Arabic word.
No, Algiers is a French word.
That's what I said.
Algiers is a French word.
Yeah, but
Algiers is a French word.
I said it's derived.
Your French origin.
I said it's derived. The word Algeria and Algiers is derived from an Arabic word. It's derived.
Jazair is
It's derived from an Arabic word. Something like that. Yeah, I can't pronounce
but
it.
But Zaire is a Kabyle word as well. It's a Berber word, bro.
As you and I both know, there are many. Just like there are Arab loan words in Yoruba and Swahili, there are Arab loan words in the Amazigh language. You know that already. So why are you having this conversation?
Okay, when did black Berbers consider
I'm saying
themselves
there are loan words. That's the whole point. So what are you talking about?
Let's get back to topic, please.
I want to get topic. No, I want to go somewhere else, because this whole conversation started, you know, because me and some brothers, right? Second? I ain't tried you. I haven't tried anybody. Yeah, I was having a conversation with my brothers, and this gentleman came in.
I got involved. You know
right?
When you talk about Berbers, it gets personal.
Bro, the fact of the matter is, I never brought Berbers into the conversation. He did. I tried to make it look like, a man was on some anti-Berber flex. I never said a word against. I never said a word. I never said a word.
120 million invaders.
That's his language. It's not my language.
He could be an invader. What am I, a Berber?
Right?
Sometimes I'm an invader.
Fam, that's his language. What I said was
away from history.
Hold on. Right. Let's deal with it. Let's deal with it. Let's deal with it. I said that watch the video good. And you hear me say that the dominant people in North Africa today are invaders. Yes? And they're the Arabs. Yes? And he brought in the Berber issue. And I said specifically, the Berbers do not dominate in North Africa today.
They conquered themselves.
I said it specifically, that exactly like that. Right? Exactly. He challenged me and tried to say that I said 120 million North Africans are invaders. It's not what I said.
No, but you said it on one of the videos last week.
I never said I was not here last week. Yeah, I was not here last week.
Yeah, you weren't here last week.
Right. I never said that the entire population of North Africa are invaders. I said the people that dominate are invaders. Yep. That's what I said.
Yep.
That is a fact. Yeah?
What do you call Arab League countries? What you Arab League countries?
I said the people that dominate in North Africa.
Thank you.
Yes? White people dominate in Southern Africa. They are not the majority population.
Exactly.
Yeah? That's what I said.
But they ain't
I never said
Africans
one solitary word against Berbers.
Yeah.
The most you can tell me that I said against Berbers is that some are black,
Yes.
the
original.
and the original are black. Some are white.
Right.
Listen, we've been going through that the whole conversation.
You can Google that.
No, but you
can Google. You can Google that.
Yeah, no,
I need to Google it. I've Googled it many times.
We Google the image.
I've Googled from every angle.
So Google the image Berber. Google Berber tribe. So then what then? So then why are you asking him silly questions then? So why are you asking him silly questions?
What I want to know is, isn't it, where did you get your claim that the original Berbers were black?
What?
Where do you get your information that the original
Put
Berbers
it this way.
an emotional
There's
feeling?
so
No,
much.
it's not
There's
emotional.
so much,
It's
bro.
based
There's
upon
so
the fact that
Science.
it's
So
based
much,
on
bro.
the
That
fact
proves
that
it.
Morocco's in Africa, so naturally Berbers are African.
you can't keep giving the argument. If you're going to ask a question, you have to
I'm
listen.
saying, I'm going to give you.
If you're going to ask a question, you have to listen.
They say.
If you're going to ask a question, you have to listen.
Let me just add one in there. Northwest Africa, yeah, Morocco and Nigeria, and specifically, right, are actually geographically more in Europe in terms of geography. They are because of their climate.
All right.
But they're on a continent.
Yeah, of course the people.
But they're on a
because
landmass.
that, because
So
that,
what? No, what I'm saying
listen,
is,
because that
So it'd be a
region.
nice place
All of a
for
sudden-
Europeans to settle.
No,
wouldn't it?
no, it wouldn't be.
Yes, it would.
So-
This is
so-
what you
so-
wouldn't get skin cancer.
Who are you
You
saying?
wouldn't get fucking
Alright,
skin
cool,
cancer.
so-
It makes
alright,
fucking
cool, let me
sense.
give you an
You know what I'm
example.
saying?
If you come from
Why are
Nigeria-
you acting like you think? This guy said
We've
he
been
lived
over
up
this
in the
already, you
mountains,
know.
right? He lived up in the mountains. These people are from up in the mountains, right? So the atmosphere.
If you're a
hold on one
mixture,
second.
we
The
invaded. It means that two
atmosphere-
different
You
sets of people
invaded
are
North
mixed in.
Africa. Blatantly.
Yes, that's
No,
not the case.
not Berbers.
Hold on.
Fake Berbers and Amazians are Ashkenazim, are Khazars. We know where you came from, bruv.
Eastern
Europe. The steppes of Russia.
Phoenician.
Phoenician what?
Phoenician.
Phoenician, my black backside.
Dwell at
A real
Russian.
Phoenician.
Dwell at
Hold on.
Russian.
Did you watch 300?
Dwell at Russian.
Hold on one second.
Dwell at Russian.
I don't want to hear that Hollywood
No,
drama
well,
debate.
okay. I'm going to give it as a reference. I am. I'm going to use
Let's
it.
make a point.
Yeah?
No,
Because
we're
Phoenicians
going over ground that you've already been over.
Phoenicians never looked like none of you.
Because you came in the
None of you.
Have we invaded your ground or not?
No Phoenician ever looked like him. Xerxes. Did Xerxes look like this?
We all know.
All I see is Lebanese
We
claims.
all know.
I don't know what set you up.
Yeah? Did that, even the,
We all know that
Assassins
the Berbers
that they
today,
hired.
yes, are a very mixed
How's
group.
black man
Right?
hiring black man?
And they come from
It makes sense.
people that have
You know what I'm
different
saying?
origins.
It doesn't mean they're not
They are the
indigenous. It
Persians,
doesn't
they're
mean
the
they're not
Phoenicians,
indigenous.
Listen,
Phoenicia means
right? We know that.
You've been talking all day. Would be listen.
That
I've been
means
quiet
something.
all day, bro.
I want to hear this.
You've been talking all
And
day.
I haven't let you
You've
speak.
You've been. You
I
have.
haven't let you speak.
You have. But
Listen,
whenever I
stop
try to
talking, then don't.
Bro, it's a weak argument.
Stop trying to act like you have
Man, I jumping on things.
It's a weak argument. It's a weak argument, bro. Because if you go to
I
places,
haven't finished what I'm saying, so you don't know what I'm
I got
saying.
Let him have
I
it.
respect them. I respect your territory. Respect
We've already been through
wherever you
right?
go.
We're talking about various different groups of people that have.
Or
And I never said
even
all of them are invaders.
Khazar
People migrate, people coming for trade, people, right? And I'm saying that. But I never said that.
Don't just stop at point. You get me and say, yeah.
All of the the white Berbers are descended from
And anyone who
invaders.
knows
What
what
I said
that
is
knows
that
that
some,
Berbers-
there is, put it this way,
Just
you
like
and
the
I,
Nubians.
we all know that Vandals
I'm a Nubian.
invaded, that Greeks
Nubian.
invaded, that Romans invaded,
Nubian.
right?
Nubian.
No, I don't. Right, all that kind of stuff. Right? We all know this, yes? And these people make up.
Shall I show you? You don't know, no, it's not Google. I done a test a few months ago. Are you going to believe it? Are you going to believe it?
I'll give you an example, innit, bro?
This guy says
Nigeria, bro. If you were the first person to step foot in North Africa,
You wasn't expecting that, was you?
I was actually.
Was he expecting that?
Yeah, I was.
What does it say that?
Yeah, 73% North African. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah. What's the point?
you said this is the point.
No.
You said I'm an invader.
No, right. Now look.
I'm not an invader, I'm just
Right, he's got 73% North African DNA, yeah, and 2% West African. Right, let me show you something. We've already been through this already.
Southern European.
We've already been through this already.
they go home.
We're going through this DNA thing again. I actually want to go into the conversation. No, but it doesn't matter what you come with. We've already been through. Listen,
They're Algerians, they're Moroccans, my brothers.
we can't have a proper conversation.
Their DNA.
We can't have a
And then it
conversation.
don't make sense.
But are you saying that my
He's
ancestors...
done his.
Are you saying
He's done his.
Are you saying that my ancestors invaded North Africa?
Yes.
What ancestors were they?
I don't know, bro. But it's looking.
If you don't know, how
It's
can you say
looking.
that they
If you say Amazigh,
cool.
if you say you're Amazigh,
If you, as a Nigerian, was the first person to step foot in Morocco, does that mean you're indigenous from Morocco? No. So it means you
This is a
basically
joke.
invaded it without any...
This is a joke.
So do you accept that?
Or you
can't
basically
invade.
settled there.
we can't invade.
Am I
We
an
can't
invader?
invade our own
Am I
country.
an invader?
Yeah, you are. Right? Let me show you what I mean. Right?
What's your criteria for
How can we
invasion?
invade our own continent?
What's your criteria?
Does that make
Your own
sense to you?
country.
Our own continent, our own country.
Your own continent. So back then, it was...
How can you invade your own continent?
One second, Matthew, one second.
Is that what you're saying?
Because you're only going to come from
Matthew, 1
south,
second.
west, or...
Right, but
You get me?
in
the same continent.
Where you from? Yoruba or House of Fulani?
Everyone with green eyes.
Yoruba, yeah? So you're telling me
Everyone
Yoruba,
from green eyes
as a
and red.
tribe,
When have you seen
West
a
Africa,
African?
we didn't really know, and Morocco as a nation...
Yeah, I
Everyone with blue eyes besides the Armenians.
They
They come from one place. It is not Africa.
Europe is Europe.
Black ginger.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Not black
That is
ginger.
way of difference. That doesn't make sense.
It's not Irish, it does make sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know, I can tell. That's what I mean.
He could have been Irish. He could have done one black ancestor back in the day.
Even if we went by tribe,
You're not
your
getting it, are you? I
tribe,
don't think you're getting it.
your tribe,
You're
you
using-
I haven't even
you're
brought
using
everything I can
the
bring, you
same
know.
concept.
Right?
see the tribal,
Right.
the tribal link.
One second.
Help you out.
Wait, off topic, right? 1 second.
The
Matthew, 1
tribe
second.
the tribe is thousands of years old, so we ain't got no worries with
I'm
that.
done.
You know what I'm saying?
Conversation.
Yeah. Compared to
That's
Berber,
gone down.
you're my son.
All right then, Dad.
You're my son.
I want some pocket
You know
money,
what I'm
innit?
saying? Jokes. Yeah, my fucking son.
I need a
Right,
button.
hold on. Coming in here,
Right,
telling
hold
me,
on, hold
oh,
on.
daddy,
Hold on, I wanna,
what's your
before we close, Matthew, hold on. Before we done though, I wanna deal with, yeah, because this whole conversation,
telling me,
yeah,
What do you mean green eyes? I got brown eyes.
I've got green eyes.
You got hazel eyes,
hey, where's your Jew from?
I'm done.
one location. They share one
How
ancestry.
come yours is not like that, Ruben?
What is that? There's no heaven.
Man.
I don't know, we're in England, we're not
Wait,
really
what are we
hot
talking
on it.
about?
You already
This
look
beautiful
like
lush
a
afro compared to...
When I got Algeria, I don't mind.
Yeah. I'm going to say flipping ankle. Really? Just come on to that. Really?
This conversation is none of way. 1 second, Matthew.
You look like an Irishman.
1 second, Mali.
Really?
1 second. Allow, listen, now let's have a conversation, man. Right now, it's just
This
this
Viking,
But if you study the history of the Irish, the man,
this Viking,
I'm not
We can't have a proper conversation right
I'm
now.
not a
you know.
Viking. I'm not a Viking. I'm a Celt.
We
innit?
can't have a proper conversation.
anyway.
I'm a
So,
Celt.
anyway,
out here.
We like Viking.
You know about Khabib and that?
We can't have a
Ragnar
conversation.
over here.
Celt, not a Viking.
Right? Do you know what's funny though?
Do you know about
Ragnar.
Khabib?
1 second. I'm
Do you know
not.
about
Hey.
Khabib?
Hey, Ragnar better sort himself
1 second.
out.
1
Anyway,
second. 1 second.
We know your story,
The
Ragnar.
Do you
conversation.
know about Khabib?
Yeah, because you, as Vikings,
I like Khabib.
Man,
later
we're
on,
Viking, brother. We're not Vikings. Get the
Visigoths,
whole thing back, brother. You're getting your
Khazars,
shit twisted, bro.
Thor and that. Thor.
Khazars, who became Amazigh.
And he's let him talk. He wants to
No,
And when you
Khazar
see
didn't
these Amazigh, you know how they're dressed and depicted? Like gypsies.
Yeah.
Now, it's gypsy fashion and everything African.
Oh, now he's brushing. Now he's brushing.
No!
Now he's trying to brush.
But it shows you that gypsy, what do gypsies do especially? They travel.
Yeah, nomadic, bruv.
So thank you.
Okay.
You left from the steppes of Europe and came to Africa.
There's no evidence of that.
That's the last 5 minutes.
There's no evidence of that.
That's why I said.
There's no evidence of that anyway.
That's why I said.
So what you
That's why I said.
I know that.
The Berbers were not known for that. The Berbers were not known for that.
You keep saying Berbers.
Too far back.
No, when the Romans came, they called them Berbers, Barbarians, Berbers, because they were like things.
I already said that about an hour ago. Yeah, I didn't hear, man. Fam, the guy already said it anyway. 1 second. Maku, hold on a sec, right? Because the fact of the matter is, the only reason why we're having this conversation, is because me, Brother Khalid, and my brethren Darryl were having a conversation 2 weeks ago, and the gentleman interrupted the conversation to challenge me, on the fact that when I talk about Pan-Africanism, I'm not talking about North Africa. That's the genesis.
You agreed, didn't you?
No, I didn't agree. What I said was, when it comes to people, we're talking about the whole of the continent. But when we talk about people, we're dealing with the black people in North Africa. That's what we're dealing with. The descendants of the indigenous people of North Africa. That's what we're dealing with. 1 second, please. You can give me indigenous people. You can give me what you can give me what you're going to give me after I've said what I've got to say.
What's your definition
Right?
of indigenous?
Please let me finish saying what I'm going to say.
What's your name?
1 second, please. 1 second, please. Right? Now, the fact of the matter is, that when we're talking about North Africa, the issues that I was raising was about the discrimination and the oppression of indigenous African people, black people in those nations. Yes? And the hypocrisy of this whole conversation is that heads have more to say to me, about who I consider to be an indigenous African or not, than about what is actually taking place on the ground in those lands. Because the people that are oppressing, the black people in those countries, know very well that those people are not the same people as them. And every so-called North African who has come to challenge me or any black African brother and sister in this park knows very well, of the discrimination that is faced by black people in North Africa. So the whole of you, every single one of you are hypocrites. From top to bottom.
You're hypocrites as well, brother.
Right? There is no justice. There is no justice in anything you have to say. Because if you were serious, what you would be doing is challenging your own people about the discrimination and their oppression and their enslavement. You'd be saying North Africa. You be saying to your North African brothers and sisters,
I'm not from Libya.
You challenge me.
No,
you challenge me about North Africa, not Algeria. You challenge me about North Africa, not Algeria. Right? Not Algeria. Don't change the thing. Don't change the thing. Your DNA test says North Africa, not Algeria. Right? Right? He challenged me on North Africa, not Algeria. So don't try to separate the thing now. There are black people in Algeria who are discriminated against. There are black people in Morocco, in Mauritania, in Libya, in Tunisia, in Egypt. Yes, I got an agenda. A beautiful black agenda. Black power agenda. An African agenda. So these people, they're not serious.
They can't have a decent
they're not serious.
They just want to shout over each other.
They're not serious. I've been talking to you for over an hour. Right? They're not serious. When it comes,
I don't agree with discrimination. I don't agree with it.
When it comes, to this issue, they will tell you they don't agree with discrimination, but they've got more steam for Shakara and my Pan-Africanism than they've got for their North African brothers and sisters who are oppressing people. I'm not seeing them talking about Wagwan in Libya right now. They ain't talking about it all now. In fact, today, they actively denied that it's taking place. The people them already said that there is no discrimination in Algeria. They said it in so many words. I've heard it twice today. One other white guy from Algeria come on, big up his chest to me today, telling me about you talking about, and they have the audacity. Hold on, Khalid, forget him. They have the audacity, right? They have the audacity, right? Make them come on our business. Right? They have the audacity. No. They have the audacity.
They know what it is, man. Calling them out. Come on. Wait. They know what it is. Man are blatant foreigners. It is what it is. It's not 6th century. They not that old in Africa. You get me? Some came through the French Foreign Legion. You know about the French Foreign Legion. You get me? These are when all these bait man, supposed, what do they call it? What do they call them? Not even Phoenicians, they call them the other ones. These were the same name anyway. But yeah, them man, they used to guide man. You know, you watch the film like The Mummy, you see them wearing their little fezzes. You know what I'm saying? These are Europeans, bro. You get me? You're wrong. They're in Africa. Trying it. You get me? You're African now, cool.
Drop the knowledge on man, innit? Drop the knowledge. Put me in my place, innit? Put me in my place, innit? If I'm trying foolishness, go on now.
You're not gonna let me speak.
Me, I wait, go on, talk.
Let's get structure into this. What don't you agree with what he said?
I said to him.
Look at him, no, look at him. Tell me, what don't you agree with?
Okay, the situation that's happening in Libya.
Libya, just tell me what you don't
That's what
agree
he's
with.
talking about.
I'm talking about North Africa.
Okay.
I'm talking about North Africa.
Okay,
That's what I'm talking about.
2019, there's people in cages in Libya.
Okay, okay, thank you.
In Mauritania, in Tunisia, in Egypt, in Egypt,
where are you getting this from?
In Egypt,
Where are you getting
the
this
black
from?
people are discriminated against.
Where's this
Yeah,
no,
the black people,
he said cages.
the black people. I'm not talking about the cages. I'm talking about discrimination and oppression.
Shakara, let him speak. Let him speak. Give him the floor, Maku and Shaka. Give him the floor. Let him say.
I've been letting him speak. He's begging it, fam. He's begging it, like I ain't been letting him speak.
Allow that 5 minutes to let him talk on Jonas.
Do you want to time it?
No, just
Jonas. It'll be more fair.
Talking it.
Why are you pissed off?
Talk. I'm fine, my G. This is what you call African passion right now. Just talking it. Don't worry about that.
Anyways, what they've done is that they've looked at the situation of Libya, yeah, and they've generalized the whole of North Africa. That's injustice. That's not fair. Okay, let me finish. Let me finish. The reason why I say that's injustice is because we know what's happening in Libya. The reason why black people have been captured by rebels in Libya is because of the whole civil war. What's happened is Gaddafi even said it himself before he left, before he was overthrown and he died. Allah yarahmu. He said that once I get removed of power, the borders of Libya will be open. And what's happened is this was an opportunity for sub-Saharan Africans to cross the border and go into Europe. Because of course they want to go into Europe, because they want to have a better lifestyle. Of course, this is why our relatives came here, for a better lifestyle, isn't it? So what they've done is they've generalized with the whole of North Africa. The reason why what's happening in Libya is because of the civil war. Algeria is not going under civil war. Tunisia is not going under civil war. None of this is going to happen. And the black Algerians that live among us, yeah, live in the Sahara. They don't live in the north anyway. So we don't even interact with them. Barely. We don't even interact with them anyway. We don't interact with them. There is. There's discrimination.
Thank you.
There's There's discrimination all over the world. Just like.
Let me show you something. One second, bro. Let me show you something. Right? This guy, yeah. Right, let me show you something. Let me show you about the history of this situation, yeah. Has come to us before, you know, on a couple of occasions. One time he came to us, you know, and said that because we were talking about black issues, yeah, and his contribution to the conversation was to tell us, you know, that the Muslims around the world, yeah, are getting it more than black people today. Last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry. Watch the video. I'm going to post a video on this conversation right here. Right? 2 weeks ago, his claim, yeah, was that the North Africa was colonized for longer than sub-Saharan Africa, and that the death toll,
I might be wrong.
The death toll in North Africa was bigger than it was in sub-Saharan Africa.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, this was his claim.
I might be wrong.
Right, so I'm showing you. Right, I'm showing you the disregard. Yeah. Right, because when it comes to people that he considers to be human beings, he champions their cause. Yeah, he's coming for, you know,
okay,
and champion,
I don't want to be on camera.
And champion, the people of Syria,
he's got an agenda.
And the people of Yemen. Yeah, he's done it before. Yeah, but when it comes to black people, he's always denying. He's always denying what has taken place.
He has an agenda, bro. He's trying to get.
He said it before.
Bro, blur my face.
I have an agenda. I have an agenda. Yeah, I admit it. Yeah, don't beg it, fam. He's come before. Every time he comes and tries to belittle the experience of African people. Yeah, it's a consistent thing.
Because this guy's got an agenda.
Right? I do. I'm an Africanist. I have an agenda. Yes.
No, he's got an agenda,
yes.
bro. No, it's not girl vibes.
I have an agenda. Yes, I'm a Pan-Africanist. I have an agenda. I'm a black man.
Bro, I want my face blurred
Yeah,
on the camera.
I have an agenda. Yeah, and in about half an hour's time, my agenda is to go home to my woman and my picnic.
People know who you are, though.
No, I don't care.
You get me? I ain't told one lie. This is what happens consistently.
Be a proud African. Be a proud African.
This is what these people do. I'm just showing you. Yeah, I'm just showing you. There's a tendency, yeah, where people.
They don't let me speak.
He's been speaking for time, bro. He's begging it, fam. Don't allow the man to lie, fam.
Let me speak again.
The devil is a liar, my G. The devil is a liar.
Bro, what's that? What do you mean the devil?
The devil is a liar, bro.
The devil?
The devil is a liar.
Don't
The
disrespect
devil
man
is a
like
liar.
that. Don't disrespect
The devil is a liar.
Don't disrespect man
Are
like that.
you going to try to square up? You're going to try to square up?
Touch me, bro.
You're going to try to square up?
Touch me, bro.
Why are you trying to get protested
Don't touch
for?
me, bro. Don't
Why are you
touch
trying to
me.
get protested
Don't
for?
touch me.
This is deflection. This is deflection. He's trying to get like this so they don't have a conversation. He's getting no. Khalid. This is action. It's a performance. It's a performance. It's performance. And don't get engaged, bro. It's performance. It's performance. It's performance. It's performance. It's performance.
Don't disrespect me like that.
He don't want to have a
I
conversation,
didn't
so
disrespect
he's trying to
you.
deflect.
I didn't disrespect
Yeah, you did more than once.
No, I
That's the
didn't.
point.
No, I didn't.
Yeah?
Did I call you a devil?
I didn't call you a devil either.
You did. You said
I didn't
the
call you a
devil
devil
lies.
either.
So
I
what
said the
does
devil is
that
a liar. I said the devil is a liar. It's a common phrase. It's a common phrase. It's a common phrase. It's a common phrase. This is performance. Don't watch that. It's performance. He don't want to have a conversation, so he's trying to deflect and get all bro-chested in the hot. There's nothing to do with that. We're not sanctioning that around here.
Done and you're angry.
Don't call man no devil.
No, listen.
Don't disrespect me like that.
Jonas,
Behavior like this is how they took over North Africa.
No, he's young.
I'm just saying, that fiery spirit of invasion and taking over, you get what I'm saying?
I ain't told one lie,
bro.
Yeah? This is a consistent thing. Man come in a conversation where we're talking about African issues and black issues and want to belittle and deflect from and distract from. Yeah? It's a consistent thing.
No, but I want it to be.
We're not begging no friend.
This guy's trying to make it out. This guy's trying to make
We're
it
not
out.
begging no friend. I ain't lied. People can watch the videos and see for themselves. I ain't told one lie. 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 I ain't told one lie.
If you're gonna do something, do something.
Well
If you're gonna do something, do it. Don't call man no devil. No dickhead, bro. Shut your mouth.
It's performance. It's performance. It's performance. It's performance. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. It's not even remotely threatening, my G. Because it's not even serious. He's trying to deflect from the conversation because he knows he ain't got no argument. That's all it is. He has no argument.
Brothers, no. Look, if you got
Khalid,
hate, please.
don't.
No, I'm saying for the sake of Allah, leave it.
He's a dickhead, bro. He's a dickhead, bro.
That's it.
From the beginning.
Khalid, I ain't done that to the dude. Yeah, he's play acting, my G. Don't even take it on.
He spent
It's
half an
not
hour
serious.
shouting. He spent half an
It's
hour
not
shouting.
serious.
And I kept quiet. I didn't say nothing, yeah?
You're a
And he calls
joker.
man a devil, bro.
Yeah, I called you the devil. Keep telling yourself
Say
that.
it to my face.
Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself
Say it to my face.
that. Keep telling yourself that.
Say it to my face.
Keep telling yourself
Say it to my
that.
face.
He knows well and good I never called him the devil, you know.
Pussy on my
He knows well and good. You see, now he's trying to push buttons so I can react. What's gonna come next? What's gonna come next? What's gonna come next is nigga, yeah? You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not gonna say
What's
that.
come next?
I'm not
Let
gonna
him
say
say, you push buttons and see what's gonna. That's what you're looking for. He's looking at that raw black anger. He's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it.
That's it.
He's not gonna get it from
I'm
man.
not discriminating. I'm not
He's
getting
not
at
going
you.
to get it
I'm
from
not
man.
getting you because of the colour of your
He's
skin.
not
I'm
gonna
getting
get
at you
it
because
from
your
man.
personality is shit.
You
That's
don't
what I'm getting
have.
at.
You don't have no
It's not because of the colour
argument.
of your
So
skin.
you're trying to block your chest.
Personality, you're shit, man.
I'm not saying he doesn't have no
Personality
argument.
is
It's
shit.
performance,
It's
bro.
nothing got to do with skin colour.
You know,
Your
I called him
personality
no
is
names,
shit.
you know that, innit?
You did. You called me a devil.
You know it's that,
You called me a
yeah?
devil.
Keep telling yourself
You're a
that.
dickhead, bro.
If you want to believe it. Keep telling yourself that. What I'm saying to you, Khalid, don't get caught up in that, bro.
When you
What I'm trying to
rewind
say
it,
to
when
you-
you go home.
What I'm trying to say to you is,
Come do something again.
what I'm trying to say to you is, what I'm trying to say to you is, yeah, all that is play acting, my G. Don't get caught up in that. He's not remotely vexed. What he tried to do is deflect from the conversation because man dropped the science. Because man talked about the oppression of black people and he has no argument. And I see a human being would humble themselves and say, you know what? I hear what you're saying. Why don't we should learn about what is going on in those nations? That's what a human being would do. A human being who's just and sincere and doesn't believe in discrimination, would say we need to learn more about what those people are suffering, and we should speak out against it. If it's happening all over North Africa, then us as the people that know, because he knows that North Africa, they act as a block of people. So they should be taking those issues to the Arab League and wherever else they meet. That's what they would say if they're sincere. But they're not sincere. They're hypocrites.
Maku and Shaka. Let's change up the subject a little.
No, I'm done, bro.
Don't allow him to ride your emotions.
I didn't even do a summary, bro.
Yeah?
I didn't even do a summary, bro.
I don't like to see violence. If he was,
I didn't even do a summary.
No violence ain't gonna go on. No violence ain't gonna go on.
I want to do a summary.
No violence ain't gonna go on.
Overall, yeah.
No violence ain't gonna go on.
That's it.
No violence ain't gonna go on.
To say 2 minutes.
No violence ain't gonna go on.
2 minutes. Khalid. You get me?
Khalid.
No one can argue with my
man,
facts.
performance,
You get me? It is what it is.
Performance,
but you see already.
Performance, man.
My brother's highlighting certain
Well
things.
done, well done. Well done. It's a beautiful performance. Well done. You deserve an Oscar.
No, Saba, no.
And the Oscar goes too.
Yeah?
And the Oscar goes too. And the Oscar goes too. And the Oscar, I'm not begging a conversation with you. I'm not begging a conversation with you.
Europeans do.
I'm happy with that. Thank you.
That's why there's parliament.
Get me? Thank you. It's cool. That's what I'm saying. It's pointless. That's what I'm not entertaining it, bro. I'm not entertaining that. It's job business, fam.
Should we just change up the conversation about North Africa? Let's talk about brothers, the xenophobia, what's going on in the south.
We're speaking about it. No, sorry, I want to wrap up on this thing though, bro. Right now, no, seriously. No, because I don't know. Listen to that. We were talking about oppression, innit? Yeah? And the guy brought in a situation to do with me and North Africa. And I'm saying that these people have more to say about me than the situations that they know are going on. Some of them, and there's nothing that I'm saying that they don't know. Some of the things I'm saying, they know it better than me. A guy, twice today, people have denied categorically that black people in Algeria are discriminated against. Yeah? And then they denied it and admitted it, and then another Algerian came. At least he's honest. And said, yes, we invaded. Yes, in Algeria, black people are discriminated against. Yes, if you bring your black woman home, your parents are going to tell you, allow that, it's not happening. They got AIDS. He was honest. And he said, my ancestors are invaders. He's an honest invader. I appreciate honest invaders. Yeah? As the sister who was here earlier said, an honest invader is a good invader.
That's right.
Yeah? And I'm saying, there is no humanity in these people. Because you're talking to them, and they know.
Not all of them.
They know. Khalid, they know.
Some of them
they
are good.
know. No, what I'm saying is, no. Listen.
Some of them are good because they know.
What I'm saying is,
it's the Muslim in me talking.
What I'm
all
saying
of them
is,
are like that.
the Muslim in you, from what I've been learning from Isa, and Islam's about justice. Hold on. Right, hold on. Right, and they say that he's telling me that Islam's about justice. The Muslim in you should see that situation and call it out for what it is. Right? No, you have. What I'm saying is, the people that have come to me, you know, because he's came in Berber, he's up until this conversation, you know, right? He's never championed the Berber thing. The Berbers are fighting the Arabs right now. Yeah? The Berbers are fighting the Arabs right now. In the conversation, when I said the Arabs invaded, he said, no. They came for trade and to spread Islam. Yeah? The Arabs are fighting, the Berbers are fighting the Arabs right now.
You know what that thing is, yeah? That's a cognitive dissonance thing, yeah? What it is, and for a long time, man had it. The spread of Islam, through the continent, weren't always rosy.
Yeah.
There was some people who embraced Islam via interaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There was a bit of sword. But the thing is, for some of us, it's hard to reconcile that a man come through and force Islam on a man at the point of a sword, than it is to just say, it was romantic and, came to my house and had a little jollof.
But Isa, whether it's by like just this interaction or trade or by the sword, there are people that are saying, well, actually, our culture has been Arabized. As a result of this thing, we want to affirm our culture now. Yeah, that kind of thing. And I'm saying, the people that he claims to be a part of
are from amongst them.
He's never claimed this before. Whenever he's come into a conversation, he's championed Muslims in Yemen and Syria, and Palestine, and them kind of things there. And he's saying that we don't care about that because they're not black. That's what he said, you know, right? And he come into the conversation and said, they're getting it worse than black people today. right? He's made this statement. Yeah. Last week he said the death toll in North Africa was more than it was in sub-Saharan Africa. Every moment belittling, the experience of African people.
Death toll during what?
During colonization. Right. He said to me, you know, you heard him, yeah? Before the camera came, he came big-chested. He's not even an African, he's a Jamaican. When the camera came, he tried to come with some different...
That's on Venom,
right?
that's on Venom there.
That's what I'm trying to say. Now I'm saying to you,
noticed in
all that...
he took a few shots.
All of that, yeah?
Caribbean brothers.
Right.
So I try to explain to him,
bro,
I've got non-Muslim family,
I came here
Somali
today.
family members that will show you up in the team.
Bro,
that from the Caribbean
I came here today. I came here
please.
today, yeah? Listen, bro.
So that's the mindset I'm trying to come from. Where,
bro, I came here today. The sister from Uganda, or Sudan, right? And the sister from Sierra Leone are telling me about things that he said to them last week about he's more African than them. Look at your hair, you got straight hair. I'm more African than you. Yeah? And I'm saying, yeah, right? And I'm saying, yeah, right? And I'm saying, yeah, this is the arrogance,
and beautiful personality as
well. Fam, I weren't here last week, yeah? I came in the park 10 minutes and man are coming up to me to address me on things I said 2 weeks ago. Cavalry came from man's last week. If I was here last week, I'd have been in trouble, my G.
No, we had you.
Yeah?
We had this call, me, Uncle Dama.
I didn't see it, fam.
East Africa,
I didn't see it.
East had it as well.
I didn't see it. But I'm saying they came from man,
the West Africa had it.
And I'm talking about oppression. Whether you agree with my designation of African or not. Because I'm saying I got justice to say what I'm saying. Because we're talking about, fam, it don't matter. If you whether you migrate or you invade. If you migrate or you invade, you're not indigenous. That's not an offensive statement. It's not offensive to say they're not indigenous, my G. It's not offensive to say they migrated or they invaded from somewhere. It's not offensive to say that. Yeah? It's not offensive to say that. It's not offensive to say even, for example, with the Berbers, yeah? You've got some black Berbers.
Yeah,
you've got some white Berbers. And there's a lot of mix. Yeah? So a lot of them are majority black. A lot of them are just majority not black. Yeah? But the point, what I said was, the original people are black people. Why is that offensive to man?
There's a lot.
Why is that offensive to man?
Man don't even
right?
That's
the question. Why is that offensive?
Why is that offensive?
Man's got to look inwards and realise that the black people are the original people that occupy the landmass. And we look around and we can't see a black man for how many square miles.
Exactly.
Right,
you have to deal with it. That's what it is. And what it is as well, this is the deeper thing for me. Because he comes and he sees me and you talking, you're another brother, and he wants to inject himself in the conversation. Today, we're having a conversation, us and the sisters, them, and they did their best. No, I'm talking about there were like 3-4 of them. They did their best. Yeah,
and we're talking about xenophobia.
Right, and look at different things. They did their best to come and inject themselves in the conversation. If it wasn't for IC3, Uncle Danjuma and some other people, and Isa, Shia Isa, right? Sorry, the real Muslim Isa, right? Who are basically saying, listen, like to everybody, let's not get caught up in their agenda. So people decided to just have a conversation, and they did their best. I'm talking as we're talking right now. Over shoulder, but they're rare. So where you come from though? And I'm saying this is the attitude, and we're talking about xenophobia and people attacking people in
South Africa. That's the conversation we were talking about.
They have no respect.
But that's what I'm saying.
They have no respect.
That's what I thought. Yes? You know, it was a personal shot to me, and I'm like, brother, come in the camera. You're gonna see in COE. I'm like, brother, come in the camera. You see, my difference is I say Kuli Shefi Afrique. I'm trying to say, come in the camera. This is to show you.
You gotta drop that one though. It's not Kuli Shefi Afrique.
I know, but brother, like me as a Muslim,
I'm saying,
come through, look, African as
I know what you're saying, you know, bro. But you and I both know that when they're in their own communities, they don't consider themselves to be African.
Remember what you said last week?
We know this.
In the continent.
Outside the continent, it's different.
When I'm trying to bring you into the conversation, my agenda, but coming to this xenophobe, and you're like, no, but this guy, I'm like, bro, we're not going that way.
You invited him in the conversation, you know.
I'm like, brother,
I was ignoring, man. He invited him in. He didn't come. And then when we're having a conversation, they want to come in and start doing this nigga.
You know what?
And this keeps.
I've got to think to myself, what's your mentality? If man's talking about oppression and suffering, and the South African, you're saying, but look at me, I suffer too.
Right.
Where's your mind at?
That's what I'm trying to say, fam.
You're diminishing someone else's pain and suffering because your own narcissism.
No, you know what it is? My Muslim brothers, no disrespect, but it's a tendency that I've noticed that I'm going to speak to right about now, particularly among non-black Muslims.
Non-Arab Muslims. I'm sorry, non-Arab Muslims.
No, particularly among non-black Muslims of whatever designation, When it comes to issues that are serious to the Muslim Ummah. Yes, they speak in political terms. When you talk about Palestine, the issue is political. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Yemen and Syria, the issue is political. When it was Saudi, it's political. When it was Kashmir the other day, Muslims went because it was a political situation that concerned Muslims. Half of them weren't even from Pakistan, India, wherever. They got nothing to do with it, but they're Muslim, they're there, right? When it comes to Africa, they speak in terms of charity, right? Water worlds, and dams, and school,
and the best thing a Muslim can do is free a slave.
Right, that kind of stuff, right? And what I'm saying is, there are political issues that concern the African continent and African people, right? You know what I'm saying? So putting a water well in Ghana doesn't solve the problem of an IMF loan and a World Bank and American
taking the economical stranglehold of Africa.
But when it comes to Syria, they know clearly the West is the problem. When it comes to Palestine, they know Israel is the problem. When it comes to Africa, they want to ask about water well. I heard Omar on a video the other day talking to my brother, asking him about how many water wells have you built in Ghana? Because he's
nah, man, for that stuff. That's when I get my back against the wall.
That's a real Shanti. Come on.
What is comparing?
Come on, the Ghanaian block.
A well. Right, why does he clear? What are you trying to say here? What are you trying to say here?
Generating electricity.
Get on the boat and cross over, like there's trees sticking out the thing.
And the haters on the comments won't understand where we're coming from.
So I'm trying to say, but they know. What I'm saying is, he's comparing, what he's trying to say, you know, is that you black man who says you're concerned with Africa, you are not doing what Muslims are doing on the continent. Because them man, they got the resources of millions of pounds and dollars. They're saying water well here and everywhere, as though it's solving problems.
Because man could just turn around and say to you, all right, what about when the brothers had issues in Mali? When I had issues in Central African Republic where they were being killed and slaughtered, and this place, I heard not one of you mention anything.
Nobody. Nobody. What's going on in Sudan? What's going on in Sudan right now?
Are you man? Let me ask you a question,
It's a different Ummah, no, it's a different Ummah, innit?
No, these things get man in trouble, because when man's standing in Tarawih, and you hear dua for every ends, Syria, Kashmir, whatever, but you don't hear no African nation get mentioned. Them things there, bun man. Bun my heart.
No, you know what?
The rest of them just get caught in everyone else.
But Issa, to me, I wouldn't mind, you know. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that every people have got a right to represent their thing.
I don't mind, if you're saying to me, I'm helping Kashmir, but don't you dare galvanize the Muslim for your own national interest. And then ignore the national interest of the other Muslims.
And I'm saying, as a Muslim, that's going to be a bigger concern for you than for me. That's what I'm saying. Right? What I'm saying. So sorry, I'm trying to make it clear that I'm not challenging a man for addressing what they think is important. What I'm saying, if you're going to do that, don't come to me and tell me nothing. When I'm addressing Africa and African issues, don't tell me anything. Because when you're dealing with Palestine and Syria, nobody says anything to you. I don't come and challenge you. I don't come and belittle what you're dealing with. In fact, there are Pan-Africanists who are very passionate
about Palestine
and Israel.
Yes.
Very passionate. I go to Pan-African Africa Liberation Day, and man, them are bringing people from the Palestinian Liberation Organization to come and speak to Pan-Africanists. They're giving them platform. And there are some Pan-Africanists that ban that. They say, why are we giving them platform for? They don't give us platform. They're not inviting us to come and speak on their platform. It's not saying we shouldn't support them. Injustice is an injustice, and we should be against all injustice.
That's not how it's leveling out. And I don't lie to you. When it comes to these causes, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't like. Listen, anytime I see people suffering, it hurts, man.
Of course.
But I can't lie. When I hear Palestine needs man or Syria needs man, I'm about my own people need man. Ain't no one out here.
Because do you know what it is? We're getting tired of. Do you know what it is? Me and you, we're non-Arab Muslims, right? Don't you think to myself? I think to myself, these people make up 10% of the ummah, but 90% of our problems, and 90% of our problems are more highlighted than our problems. You get what I'm coming from? Like our brothers.
What are you saying? The Arabs cause most?
No, I'm just saying the problems that the Muslim ummah is dealing with.
As an ummah, we should be like, our brothers and sisters sub-Saharan that are locked in cages. Because I knew Somalians when I went back there that are trying to go through this, that have been people that are getting raped, killed, and murdered in cages. Just for example, the minute I say that, the guy runs away, causes a scene. Course. And I think to myself,
people
things
watching
like
this
that.
Write you off for saying.
I don't really care.
Yeah,
no. You know what the fuck that is?
They're over there right now lying about the conversation.
Say that, like, I don't see them screaming like for Somalia burning. I don't see none of this. And I think to myself, what ain't with the Ummah? You get what I'm coming from if you want to play that card, but then again, no Arabs are Muslim as well. So at the end of the day, certain of the agendas,
that's another thing. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me, sis.
Isn't that? The sister that I've seen you.
Hold on. The sister that's reminding me of what the so-called Algerians said to her. Yeah, come to her telling her about why are you talking about us for? You lot are busy fighting each other.
You guys, and I was like, you guys, and he's like, you're Saharans, you're all warlords, you're savages.
So why are you talking about us for? So we shouldn't talk about their oppression, you know, because Africans have beef among each other.
As a Muslim, I have to.
Tell her why I
No.
Yeah?
As a Muslim, any Muslim nation that's getting oppressed.
As a Muslim, man can chat all that chat and run away in that, but man can't. That's what
I'm trying to say, fam.
There is
no humanity in this argument.
Darling, a man is brave enough to say that to a black sister, but he's not brave enough to say that to a black man.
Right. Say it on camera.
Before that, though,
I know.
He ain't brave enough to go to where it is he comes from and challenge the establishment that is there.
That one ummah chat. See that I'm not having that nonsense no more, bro.
That we're
all one ummah. Now you chat.
Hypocrisy, my G.
It is. Yeah. It's sometimes.
And I don't have no time for it.
We have to speak about this. The injustice that goes on in South Africa.
I'm saying even
as soon as we do it, we get labelled as something else.
Even this dynamic here, yeah. Brothers are gonna say, Islamic issues should be kept inside the Islamic ummah. You're some Pan-African thing, and you're putting more importance on a Pan-African thing over Islam. That's not the case, brother.
No. Exactly. Sisters, Isa, big say that again. No.
I'm saying.
No. Supposed to go and you're never going to try it again.
Shaka.
Oh,
wow. Shaka, I beg you, can you not listen to my brother Isa?
Some brothers and sisters, from the Islamic Ummah are going to be more concerned, about the fact that this setup here, where two Muslim brothers, and some black non-Muslims are on one page. They're going to view this, as Pan-Africanism, nationalism doing its best, to detract black Muslims away from Islam. There's this narrative so strong, that if we speak, on the same page, as our non-Muslim black brothers in regards to our suffering, then somehow, our iman has become weak or watered down, and we're treading the path to misguidance. And very shortly, you know, I'm sure certain people are probably even praying for man's downfall. It's, for me, even. It's a madness.
Bro, I feel the same way as you. When we speak about certain, like, because I keep telling people, it's brothers and sisters like us that are Muslim, Sunni, Christian, in Africa, locked in cages, and plus South Africa, you see what's going on. So while we were talking about xenophobia, we were all talking about xenophobia. To me, that's just, shaka, no, because and I was thinking, yo,
it's wrong.
It's wrong. But what? This is the question I wanted to ask all my brothers and sisters. What bothers these people about when we come together and talk about African issues?
I told you, if we're coming together,
I just don't get it.
There are people that have unearned privilege right now, and once we come together, and start to, just a conversation threatens their privilege, right? And I'm saying there is something about it because the fact that we've been talking, just to your point, right? And you know my position, that I've got problems with the Islam thing and its impact upon African people. But we've been talking about the situation. You know, it's in a conversation. I hardly mention Islam.
No, you don't.
I hardly mention Islam. And the fact of the matter is that when it comes to Arab invasion, you can't really separate it from the spread of Islam.
I fully do.
No, hear what I'm saying. But I'm saying that in terms of Arab invasion, because when as they invaded, they spread the religion.
Right? So some of them.
Right.
Well, that's what happened.
Not all Arabs are Muslim.
All
Arabs are Muslim.
I agree.
Remember that. That's what everyone keeps getting twisted.
No.
But he's talking like Egypt.
Yeah, I'm saying in terms of Africa,
coming into North Africa.
As they spread, you know what I'm saying. But I'm saying that even to me, I'm dealing with an issue of oppression. So, whereas I think the religious aspect of it is important, it's not the be-all and end-all. And we're having a conversation about oppression. And I'm saying to the man, look, there are people being oppressed yeah, in these lands right about now. You're challenging me on whether or not you are indigenously African or not. But it's clear to me that the people that are being oppressed are not seen as the same people by the people that are oppressing them.
You don't even care about them.
Right.
The same very people that are indigenously African, but you're trying to be so hard part of the group. You don't even give a damn about them.
I never said a word about Islam. Yeah, never said.
The Arabs are black people, like you.
It depends on what we're talking about. Some are.
Not all of them. The Adnani Arabs are not black.
Some are.
The Qatani and the Adnani.
More people interjecting. More people interjecting.
But again, we're doing this. I'm saying it's the same
Arab and African at the same time.
No, there are some black, because among the original Arabs, there were black people. That United
talking about the ones in North Africa.
All right, yeah, no, that's a different thing. That's a different thing.
He said a black and white. So who is it black and white? Who's the black and white? He said Arabs are black.
Yes.
Oh, I don't understand what Muhammad was black.
Yeah, fam. Let's talk about that. It's a different argument. It's a different argument. The people that are in North Africa today that are called Arabs, they're not black, fam. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With me, it's a different argument. But what my only point is though, yeah, right?
And the Persians have overcome the Arabs. The Persians.
My only point is though, yeah, I have not attacked Islam at all. On another day, we can discuss Islam.
The other guy was like, what if I told you I was Swedish? She's like, you're obviously not Swedish, I'm like, because you're from Africa. How can you say from Africa? Because you look how you do it. How do I look? How do I look? You just look how you do it. Okay, so I look.
Now the funny thing is, Isa, one second, Isa, right? The funny thing is, if you talk to the Berbers who are fighting against the Arabs in North Africa, enough of them burn the Islam thing.
Excuse me, we don't have no Arabs in Africa.
I'm telling you, no, listen.
We don't have no Arabs in Africa. No, I don't have no Arabs. I challenge you, we have no one Arabs.
In Morocco, there's a case of a Berber man, who's got trouble with the court because he can't name his child Berber name. Who's he fighting?
It's a system.
Yeah, but who's the system?
How do I explain system? System that adopt ideology of Arabism.
No one is denying that.
There are no Arabs.
What happened?
So you want to tell me there's no Moroccans that are Arabs?
No Arabs. People speaking about everything.
So all the people in Morocco are Berber?
All the Arabs.
Isa, ignore this. It's a side conversation. It's a side conversation. It's a side conversation. It is. It's like, because you know what? Whether they're Arabs or not, the black people are being oppressed. That's the point. It don't matter whether they're original Arabs, fake Arabs, just come Arabs. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. The black people, what we're talking about is the black people there are being oppressed. That's what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no humanity, my G. You don't see them showing themselves. Yeah?
Instead, they're like,
for example, in Egypt,
into the ethnicity.
the Nubians, the native people,
why are you more concerned about the challenging your ethnicity than the actual people suffering and being treated less than human? What kind of African would be more concerned about that? It's the same as whites and Africans. They're more concerned about you calling me non-African and it's like,
anyway,
they're not worried about being called racist.
Exactly. Then the actual racism taking place. People are dying.
He told me I'm a Jamaican, yeah? In Jamaica,
the king of Egypt.
In Jamaica, we have a beautiful African saying. It says, the higher the monkey climb tree, the more it was in backside. So make them climb the tree, Rasta. Make them climb the tree.
He told him, he said, you're not Jamaican, you're not African because you're from Jamaica. A whole black man. I'm like, how did he get there?
And why does he feel comfortable to say that?
That's what I'm saying. You asked the right question, Reggie.
Exactly.
You asked the right question.
And you know what he told me? He was just like, we don't even want to be like you. Your country's all warlords, all fighting each other, you guys. And I was like, who's you guys? You some to have an African.
You asked the right question.
So then and I was like, come and say this on camera.
Europe had the most tribal wars.
Exactly.
And
World War I, World War II.
We don't do shit like that.
When did we start a Cold War?
But it's that presumption that they could say, no, do you know what? It was the Irish suffered as well. The British suffered as well.
Exactly.
The little York.
And we're not denying none of that.
We're not denying.
You see in the country, you see the Scottish people them and the Irish people them, they've got a just case now against the English. Yeah, it's just. It's not my issue. Yeah, I'm not gonna get involved in it, but I'm certainly not gonna go among them and belittle their things.
Exactly.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna go among them. Now we've got some conversations to have with the Scottish and the Irish too because they were involved in our thing. Right? That's a different conversation. If you're talking about your thing with the English them, I'm gonna let you talk about your thing. That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that. Respect. It's just respect.
It's just respect, yeah.
It's just respect.
It's just, yeah.
But they serve each other conversation, not to add anything. Yeah. Say, you're wrong.
Like
It's just
right now.
Yeah, like this right now.
I'm talking about from the
It's
people.
like people come for that kidney thing. We're all going to
created by the
talk about our
government. The culture's
kidneys
created by
now.
the people
We
on
have
the
a
ground.
conversation, and then someone comes around and say, hey, hold on, what about me? I've got bad
media's not
bladder.
controlled by the
You lot ain't discussing bladders.
Yeah.
But we're saying, yeah, but the topics
might
are
That's not the topic at hand.
yeah.
No, they feel like they need
It's
to
not
build
government
it.
owned per se.
And then he was like, you guys must be jealous of our features. You
Yeah,
guys, you're jealous of us.
They might not be able to see something like the man.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, Algerian dude. And he said, you guys are all warlords. We don't want to be like you or fighting each other. Your country's trash
So
anyway.
it comes out. It does come out.
Yeah, it comes out.
So we get to
And
the
that's how
bottom
you know
line.
that the
It
root
took
is
like 5
racism.
hours.
Yeah.
And it's all them. Then they said that we have an inferiority complex. And I'm just like, you think we do because you have an inferiority complex, but you're doing the whole switcheroo. You're switching it and then deflecting. Exactly. That's like, exactly. And you're treating us like we're inferior to you guys. And then you have the audacity to be like, oh, but you guys have the inferiority complex.
He's like, you guys want to be like us so badly. And I was like, which African is over? I'd rather be. If I was on fire, don't even piss on me.
I'm just remembering something, you know.
Don't even on fire.
He said, yeah,
let me die.
that we're only dealing with sub-Saharan Africa. And then today he brought me this argument about how when Raven brought him the thing about the black mummy in Libya, that was the Sahara, and their people are not from the Sahara. So it's like they're from north of the Sahara, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, family, you good? You good? Let's up.
Last week they said they were from Algeria. This week, but we're from the middle.
Actually, from the
Last week, I how far we're gonna go? I feel okay. Actually, we're from
You're
Jordan.
correct. You're correct.
We have to recognize or give the credit to the people. What is
It
it?
comes from
It's the same
white
culture in
supremacy.
Morocco where you go
They don't
to
give credit that, oh look, a black person could have possibly around the land. They don't know. I'd rather die.
No, I hear you, bro. This is it. After today, it's done. It's done. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Last week, this week.
When I leave the park, it'll be going on still.
Last week.
No, we're wrapping up, bro. We're wrapping up.
Next week, if you ever come, don't start this.
No, I didn't start it, bro. I came in the park, yeah. I do you know what it was as well. Do you know what it was as well? It's how I'm dressed as well, isn't it? Because I'm just how I'm dressed, yeah. It put people on. Like I came in, yeah, and man wanted to attack me straight away, you know. I've had about 5 attacks for how I'm dressed today.
They couldn't get
They're
over
making
it.
jokes. They're like, oh, he's Tajik.
Right? No, for real. Yeah, the man then thought because I'm dressed like how I'm dressed, it triggered something in man.
Yeah.
They saw an African dressed like an African.
Why are you slave?
They couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you proud of your culture?
Exactly.
Get back in your cage.
How dare you be proud of being African?
Sure, I should come here dressed like this every week. Even in the cold, in the snow. You get me?
Well,
In the mountains, right?
It's in the mountains.
Alleged mountains.
No, you haven't. We've never been here before. Walking past. We're talking to ourselves.
What's the difference between
Yeah, we're concluding, man. We're just concluding. It's what you call a debrief.
These are the quotes. These are the quotes that
And how would I think that?
Say again?
How should I think that? The people that are up there now weren't there
They weren't there, fam.
2,000 years ago.
He told him that he wasn't African. He was like, you're from Jamaica. You're African. I said, you told our whole entire people that he was African. I'm actually deceased. I said, you can't be out here walking around in this entire get-up.
Oh, you don't want to be a camera, right?
I don't even...
When you know people like that, you shouldn't give them a platform too.
No, bro. I know exactly what I was doing. Right? I know exactly what I was doing. Yeah? He came to me with certain claims, and they've been misrepresenting me for 2 weeks straight now. Yeah? And I wasn't interested in no conversation because people have been going in on the comments and them kind of things there, and them kind of things, right? And I saw what happened. When he got on camera, he tried to come with a different energy.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Different energy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I knew exactly what I was doing. Yeah? So I'm saying, personally, I don't have to have the conversation. But as content always says to me, there are people that are watching, yeah, that appreciate the conversation being had. Yeah, now after today, I don't have to have it again. I'm done. Right, because that's what I'm saying. But he wanted it, yeah? He begged for it. Me and the sisters, and the brothers were talking, and they stayed for about half an hour whilst we were ignoring them, circling around us, and throwing things into the thing, right? So we said, all right, we're ready now, come, and after, I don't want to be the camera, after all of that, can't laugh, fam. So now, after today, they're not going to come back to man again, innit? So we can get on with business, more serious business, that's it.
Exactly.
You get me?
It's like when we have the energy and the time, we'll entertain that nonsense.
That's right.
But in every other
rest
time,
in peace, Mugabe.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Mugabe. That's it. Rest in peace.
Exactly.
Rest in peace.
Do you see the Mugabe's not even cold in his grave yet? The BBC.
Yeah,
man. The little coverage. I was like,
another elder died. She's an old activist called Mariam Samad. Old activist. She was born in the 1920s and she died at 95 years old, still fighting. Yeah. So rest in peace to Mama Mariam Samad. You get me? Rest in peace, Mama Mariam Samad. And my auntie Joy Mac as well. Yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Ah, you see? Rest in peace, Auntie Joy Mac, man.
Yeah. The Malikiya were predominant. They were there. So the speech of the Malikiya.
Malikiyans, they are just fine. On the North Africa is fine. They come Malik, so the others comes west. The West, they have own mortality. They can't be, they can't be using that as
She tried to turn it into some.
You're probably right, and so you should be careful with that. There are certain jokes that non-black people shouldn't run, and I make no apology for that.
I would never. I don't even want to hear white guys trying to bust jokes.
Right, but I'm just saying to you, they're right for saying to you, if you were black, it probably wouldn't be a problem. There are certain jokes that non-black people just should not run.
100%.
That's it, right. So as long as we're clear on that, we're good. Get me? What about it? I'm actually done, you know, my G. For real, I'm really done. Like, for real. To be honest with you, yeah. Because my thing was...
There were two sisters that turned up from my father's region, innit? And you barely meet them in London. Holland, you go there all the time. But ironically, they two turned up. It was like you summoned them, innit? The Berbers came, but they didn't get involved.
I heard they came last week as well. But I don't mind having a conversation. I'm saying, I never said a word against the Berber people.
No.
Right? I haven't said a word. Yeah, so all this is hypocrisy. Watch the video very closely. I never said a word against them.
All of it is hypocrisy.
Yeah?
You have to
get me.
It's kind of like an argument. I mean, it's an argument that don't really have any end point in it.
I don't, but the point is that the argument was not about the Berber people. The argument was about Pan-Africanism and whether I accept non-black people into the ideals of Pan-Africanism. And so the Berber issue was used as a tool, as a weapon in that debate. The issue was not the Berbers. That's not what it was about. Right? And man tried to use the thing. Yeah? You get me? I don't even know. Anyway, Charles. What time is it? When I'm picking them things there. Yeah?
9 o'clock for true.
And I didn't even, fam, do you know how much Greek and historians, like Greek and Roman historians, talk about the people of North Africa and describe them as black? Yeah, with big lips and woolly hair and all the kind of things. Yeah? Whenever you watch a Greek, a Roman historian, any non-African historians from that time, if they use words like Ethiopian, Libyan, Moor, right? All that kind of stuff there. They talk about black people. Yeah, and then from the oldest records you find, the people that were in North Africa are black. Yeah, even archaeologists and that kind of things there attest to the fact that the people in the south migrated north. Yeah, now I'm saying the sea covered substantial amount of North Africa for a long period of time. So it's obvious.
Even the Nile flows up in there,
right?
Isn't it?
So it's obvious that people weren't coming, from the north, right? When the sea's receding, they're moving north, right? That's what I'm saying, right? That's the
and anything floating on the Nile's got to end up there, isn't it?
Basically, but we already know this because the civilization of Kemet is derived.
Come take over everything from your
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Listen. And who is it? Is it Theodorus? Historian describes says that the people of Egypt are obviously of Ethiopian stock. Yeah? The people them said, you know, fam, that Egypt is not a black